Hey everyone, we are here at the WSBG 2024 semi-final game. This is a game of Ark Nova, free-player game. We've just seen the lovely player introductions at the start. I am Sam from the No Wonders YouTube channel, and I'm joined by a very special guest today, the designer of Ark Nova, Mathias.
Truly friendly.
Hello Sam, hi everybody.
The truly friendly.
The friendliest.
Yes, welcome. So you are actually here to witness this game live. I have not seen any of it yet, so excited for this one. Players are just now sort of looking through their opening hands, deciding on the first cards to pick.
Yes, you're right. I was in Vegas last year, and I watched the final, also the semi-final of the whole thing at the table next to the judge, but only as a spectator. So the rules of the WSBG are that I could spectate, but couldn't intervene or like tell anything if the judge doesn't ask me for something. So I was just observing the game, not judging it.
Hopefully, it was still a good experience watching.
Yeah, I always love watching a game of Ark Nova, especially at such a table in Las Vegas. It was a nice event, and enjoyed the whole event.
How surreal is the experience watching people play a game that you actually designed?
Yeah, okay, it's been like 5 or more. I mean, the design process took some years, so I'm getting used to watching people play my games, but it's still such a great honor and fun watching. So it's cool still. And I still like playing it myself. I mean,
He has, and it kills him inside of us. So.
With all the testing, how many times would you say you've played Ark Nova?
So yeah, just...
Oh, probably not so often like you did by now. But yeah,
Can I play with Mathias?
I don't know. Are you like 1,000 times or so?
I'm at about the same play count, but I only discovered it about 2 years ago, so I've been doing a lot of playing lately.
Okay, I'm up front some years, of playing. That might be right. Yeah. But you for sure played it more often than I did in the last 2 years.
Did you also get to participate in this tournament? Did you go through
No. I played the tournament last year when it was first introduced to the WSBG, the WSBG. Oh my English. So I played it last year and lost to Andrew in one of the rounds. So yeah, that was okay. I gave him some sweat, I think, when we played. I don't know if you has talked about it.
He did mention that he came up against you.
Yeah. I think I had a good read on him, what he was up to. But yeah, he's pretty good at the game. And so it turned out good for him. So yeah, and last year I didn't play it because it was still a little bit. It's quite fun, and I like tournament play. I came from playing lots of tournaments when I got into the hobby. So I like the competitive structure, but it's still a little bit weird. Play your own game against people and then winning. It felt not so good as it should have.
Well, you don't want to take it easy on them.
No. I mean, I wouldn't have bad feelings like beating or being able to beat Andrew or any of you guys who had those 1,000 games. But in the first year, it was I had not against Andrew. He already had so many games online back then. But I think against the on the field, I had an advantage. Not because I designed it, but because I played it for so much longer. So. Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, I won, but okay.
Not that it's like a huge, but just like in case later it does come.
Well, yeah. So last year I was there to help commentating and organizing the event, and so I didn't play Ark Nova. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now the question about our players. Do you know how much experience all of these guys have? Because the way I'll just explain the way WSBG works. So this is the semi-final. So all these people won that one of their individual games. Like we saw Levi won Terraforming Mars, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're experienced at Ark Nova. So do you have some insight into how much these three have played?
Yeah, actually, I have a little bit of insight. Yuka was on the semi-final of the WSBG last year, and it happened to be Ark Nova also. And back then he had only played it like 1 or 2 times.
Wow!
So and he managed to win that game. It was an interesting game, I would say. He managed to win that with the help of Nick, who gave him a crash course the evening before, and he pulled out nice. And he told me this year that he had played many more Ark Nova during the last year, so he felt much more comfortable with the game now.
Okay.
And I think he even liked the draw, which was done by me eventually, which was quite funny. I drew Ark Nova out of the back again. Yeah. So Yuka played it last year. Then Levi came to me the evening before the tournament this year and asked for some guidance because he did not play it a lot. He's the terraforming. The reigning and repeating actually.
Yeah.
The terraforming Mars champion. So he did not play lots of Ark Nova, but he is a very fast learner. Mm-hmm. Also winning the Twilight Struggle tournament on the which was a side event or a special event at in Vegas this year, and he won it, learning it 2 months before the tournament. So he's quite good general player also, but he is not very experienced in Ark Nova, and he had some time to make up. I think. Is this the right? If you know what I mean. So
he has some catching up.
That much into it. And with Bryant, I'm not really sure how experienced he is. I think someone told me he plays it like online, but yeah, I have no idea how successful he is. I don't know his nickname, so I cannot tell you. But I think he liked the draw also, if I remember correctly. So he has played it before, that's for sure.
Okay, so I mean, for this actual game, we're on the map Observation Tower. When you put an enclosure next to the tower, you get an extra 2 appeal. Which is one of my favorite maps, actually. I do like this map a lot.
Okay, cool.
So for the base projects, we have primates, Africa, and habitat diversity. We see pretty normal openness from all 3 players. So we saw Levi as first action build a 4-size enclosure next to the tower. That got him an X token, so then we would follow up with the next turn. move by playing cable car, which is a very powerful sponsor. So we see Yuka grab the Europe Partner Zoo, and Brian grabbed the Africa Partner Zoo. Africa a bit more expected because it matches the base project. Not sure what Yuka's up to right now.
Yeah, especially the starting point in the upper left is my go-to starting point on this map also. I really like to start there and then like play 2 animals in the first round around the tower, getting some extra appeal to have a nice quick start.
Which order?
Oh, you're completely done? Okay, so take
That's
the
one of
extra
the starting
component on
points,
your
I
thing.
guess. You can also start with the reputation on the bottom, going the university route, but for me this is more like a partner zoo map. But yeah, it's always up to the cards, of course, what you get.
Yeah, Yuka's actually building a 4 size in the exact same spot that Levi did, so that could mean a few things. The first thing that came to my mind would be the white stork. 4 size European bird that fits in there. Generally, if someone were to play the white stork as the first animal, it would mean they have a release project as well for it. But it could also be still a lot of other things. It could just be a Europe Partner Zoo just to sort of go for habitat diversity for 5, like getting all 5 continents. That could be a plan as well.
Sometimes because the X token is on the upper left, sometimes you split a bigger enclosure just to get the X token and paid it 2 extra money. I've seen that.
Yeah.
It could also release a size 3 animal, and then you get the enclosure back. So
Yeah, I mean, you could release all the way down to like a size 1 animal, you still get the enclosure back. So yeah, there's a ton of possibilities.
yeah, that's a special move of Andrew also. I've seen him do this quite some time. He likes doing this.
Yes.
Take the expert.
Brian is going to play at Zoo School on his turn. Zoo School allows you to, well, it just gives you a conservation point, a reputation, gives you a nice little building, so he builds in the bottom left of his map, covers 5 money spots, and he does drop the expert on expert in herbivores for play.
Am I like obliged to mention it, or?
Didn't talk about the player count either. I mean, this is a free-play game, which is a bit of a rarity in the competitive scene.
So what happens with these where it says everyone plays?
Yeah,
When someone
the
has one
reason
of those
it's a 3-player game is because we had 2 double ring winners this year,
Remember, he
with
has
Nick
the
winning
herbivore
2
card.
tournaments and
This is your herbivore card, but you have to say what you are playing.
I had to look up the name because it didn't want Agnova, but there was another guy winning 2 rings,
Awesome, nice guy.
and so there were 2 3-player games in the semi-finals, because you don't have to, if you win a double ring, you don't play 2 semis, you play 1, but you can choose the game, and someone has chosen not to play Agnova.
Oh, that's a little bit insulting.
That's weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
because it was one of your first times playing, they were very...
Or it may have also been the order in which the game yeah, we had to recheck the video how it's going. Because why wouldn't you play Agnova in the semis? That sounds not right.
I agree completely.
Must have been the order of draw.
I'll take the cards.
So we've seen 2 actions that Levi hasn't used his association worker yet. I was wondering if we're going to see that this move. Unfortunately, the action cards are a little cropped off at the bottom, so we can't see the order that everything's in.
So I can.
But would expect him to use that worker this
Yeah, I
time.
figure that doesn't help me if he forgets
Actually, looks like going to just draw cards from the deck first.
I mean, both other players have used their association worker, so it's not really in a rush.
From anything.
Yeah, and I guess there's no real threat of the break happening because Bryant's just played a sponsor, so it's not like both players can break and make Levi very sad with the worker still in hand.
Yeah. Ah, you're right. It's a little bit sad we can't see the order of the action cards.
I was going to say,
We get a little sneak peek actually. How good are you at recognizing cards from a little small pixel? But I see a guinea pig there. I saw an expert on Asia.
Guinea pig. It was a Meerschweinchen, I think. You wanted some German names, didn't you?
Beautiful. I also did see a sponsor that had an income to it. It might have been Federal Grants or Science Lab, just at a guess. But either way, Export on Asia is going to be great for this sort of habitat diversity race that's happening.
No, this is the sponsorship for birds.
Yeah, sponsorship vultures. See that as well. Euchre is going to play animals now before doing cards for sponsors. Oh, it is the stork.
Ah, there it is.
I promise I haven't seen this game before.
Yes, so in case anybody is not familiar with the WSBG order of events, the players use the card. You can see in the middle of the bottom middle, which is for the active player. So as long as you have that card, you are the active player, and when you finish your turn, you pass the card to the left. So then to signalize it's the next player's turn. And they use those sheets of paper where they put the money they spend and all the things they gain during a turn.
Yep.
So you can more easily like rewind things during your turn, or not get confused with what happens. I mean, there is a table judge also on the side. You can see the arm.
Yeah.
24. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just also very clear for everyone to see sort of what's going on during your turn.
I'll play cards 5. Cards 5. I'll draw 3 for bets. Cards. Break for 2.
So the Stork obviously, well not obviously, but the Stork gives a multiplier on build. We might see Yuka do like a double build action coming up. Still has quite a bit of money because the Stork is a very cheap animal actually for its size.
I need to count.
It's on purpose because it was a design choice to make him quite cheap, because otherwise you would not be able to use the ability that often.
Fun fact.
Storks build nests, don't they? I mean,
well, if we're going down that track, so Storks build nests.
yes, they do.
What about the guy in folder 1?
Which one?
The card in folder 1 of the display right now. The emu.
Folder 1. Ah, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm Australian. I don't see many emus building large bird aviaries for people.
Okay. He's like the big boss of. He has the peacocking
I've decided to
×3 ability, like something like that. How many birds is? Or the birds interact with the building.
like the agency
so
gave yourself
they
there. Like it was
a multiplier, or the pelican gives an extra action, and the other birds like build pavilions and kiosks. So this is like a theme going with the birds to interact with the build action. And Imo in this case is like the big boss, because he doesn't only build kiosks. He can build.
no offense.
It's
I took the association actually.
I like it. I did not expect the explanation to be that coherent, but it made sense.
So, if you wonder, because many people think he's not that good, on my calculation sheet, this is one of the cards which got rebalanced by Feuerland, so he was much cheaper in my version, and they like added some extra money to it because they thought it is too good. So yeah.
Interesting. So there's actually been a lot of people that have sort of broken down the math behind Ark Nova, and I believe at its current value the aviary ability is valued at like 17 money, which does seem quite excessive.
It's like hearing your own name. It's like you don't hear the word titanium in regular conversation.
Yeah, I think it's
like,
even more
they already know
probably
you're talking.
because I've seen the videos you use. It's not that far off because I did something like that, but I think you always calculate points with 3, and yeah, I calculated them with 2 points, and but I have some more variables in the formula, so it's not 100% correct. I did it different.
That is going to make a lot of people excited.
Yeah, and I won't. Yeah.
2 level 1 enclosures.
So I mean, I built some more variables. So something like how many points does a single card give? So and if one card gives more points, then it's more expensive because it's just one card. Something like that.
Okay, yeah, like that makes sense. Like the action, the efficiency of one animal scoring a lot is more expensive, yeah. Okay.
So it's not much, but it's a factor and it's calculated in it, so yeah.
Did you give him? Oh, you gave him 6.
Did you 6? Maybe it's supposed to give a 10.
I don't think we missed too much. So we saw Brian draw some cards. Levi has grabbed that America's Partner Zoo with that 4 size. That's pretty suspicious, I would say. And Yuka has just done that double build action. Kiosk and a 1 size touching the
Usually
tower.
I'm the slowest player at the table, so I appreciate you guys letting me think on your turn. I'll build a size 3. I'll build a size 3 with 6 money.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, the pace of the game was
Size 3, please.
was not that fast. I heard Brian right now at thanking the other players to let him think. It will become against smaller than it will become better in that game because there is like an overall time limit for this game. It's a couple of hours actually, but after the semis there has to be the final. And, yeah, so we will come to a point where time will matter.
Only this specific symbol, not this area.
Oh, right, yeah.
Take 6 money.
Brian builds
So, yeah,
size
it might-
3.
I'm going to play the original. To play Secretary Bird.
Yeah, just to give everyone a heads up, this was a 4-hour match overall, I believe, or something close to it, but it's been cut down to roughly 3 hours for this edit.
Oh, so gain 1, so card 15.
I think it was the longest match of Ark Nova I ever sat next to and didn't play myself. And even if even with playing myself, I think
So
it
close.
was the longest match of Ark Nova. But yeah, I mean they are not that used to playing the game.
Yeah,
At least some of them. They're playing for money. There's a lot on the stake, I guess.
yeah.
And yeah, so
I was about to say the winner of this game goes into the WSBG final, which means they're guaranteed, even if they get last place in that final game, they're guaranteed at least $1,000. But first prize is $25,000. So yeah, obviously all of them have.
I also gained
They're playing for a lot of money here.
2 appeal from the 4.
2 appeal for blue from 8 to 10.
Pretty curious. So Levi started with the America's Partner Zoo and plays a secretary bird as first animal. Another one of those sort of cheap, large birds.
I mean, he probably would have liked the African partner zoo, but it was already gone.
This is true, and you did say it was generally a partner zoo map, and look at all 3 players starting with the partner zoos there. But again, we have to wonder, similar to Yuka, does Levi have a release for this secretary bird, or is it just like a first playable animal, or just for the habitat tag? Oh, Yuka has a second animal to play.
I haven't played my herb one card yet.
Oh, right.
Thank you, Mike.
I think he especially mentioned, because it's a herbivore, and Brian has his own herbivores at least in hand. He took it, but I can't see it in play yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been played yet, so getting it out of the way before Brian plays that expert in herbivores, okay. Does also benefit from the discount from the Europe Partner Zoo, so doubling up on that sort of discount.
Yeah, but he used 2 actions for it.
Well, I will say one thing that generally you do want to try to avoid, any sort of player, but particularly new players, you want to like cycle through your action orders, cycle through your actions. So we noticed that cards and sponsors have been stuck at strength like 4 and 5 for the last couple of turns for Yuko.
Oh.
Whereas generally those are pretty strong actions when you do want to use those.
Dig a dig. Yeah.
So we reveal and then dig again.
Particularly with cards as well, it would be nice if you could have a few more cards in hand so that you could actually use the Porcupine Dig ability a bit more effectively.
And if he could manage to play them both with the same animals action, he would have saved the action he used to play both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah, just playing both animals at once, yeah. I think part of the reason was just getting the double build action from the stalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sure. He needed the enclosure for it, so yeah. So he doubled up on the build and not on the animals. That's fair. Yeah.
I still would have recommended playing both at once. I think one of the things that I do like to do with something like the Stalk multiplier is you can X-back build not once but twice, so you actually get 2 X tokens for Xing it back, which is pretty useful in sort of high level play. You see that quite often.
Yeah, I'm not even. That was something I didn't design into it. I think at some point we decided you can do this, but that was not really the intention of it. I even had to with the extra action to expect the card. It was a tough fight during the design process. I remember.
Yeah, well, like something like an extra action from the hippo, which is only performs once an action. You can't X-back that sponsor, you have to use the hippo.
Because you do still have the cards that you want to retract your voice.
I don't. Yeah. You can always break 5 or break.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Brian deciding to build a 1 size before playing animals, so it does look like he's going to be playing 2 animals.
Yeah, still not looking like we are. Break is not directly coming. I mean, if Levi breaks and then Yuka, they could.
Well, I can promise
we
you,
can't see the card. Yeah.
based on the cards we have seen, I promise you this is going to be a longer first round, because I'm sure Levi wants to play that sponsorship Vultures. And if I'm thinking about Yuka's position, I'd be very interested in snapping up that expert on Europe and playing it. Like with already 3 Europe tags, that would give an instant 4 appeal and a 1 size enclosure. That looks pretty good to me. And we know that Brian also has the expert in herbivores that he wants to play, so I think we're going to have a very long round 1.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'll put it in the game section.
seems like Levi is Xing back one of his actions.
So I think if he would have had the release bird project for the secretary, he should have taken a partner zoo. Because it doesn't make sense.
That's very true. Yeah, could have
actually
just done that
he shouldn't have it.
I can see that logic then. Then it might just be for that sort of
There's that.
continent tag. We also know that he has the expert
From the spot farther away
on
to spot
Asia.
closer.
So that would give 3 different continent tags for the habitat diversity project.
Does this give also for this?
I'm sorry.
Doesn't.
Yes, that gives you one of those tags as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes it's right to do spreading out those partner zoos, but then you would usually take like Europe or Australia. And I'm not that big fan of wasting your partner zoo or your association action in the first round for that. I mean, if you manage to win because of that, the five
habitat
points for the habitat is quite a swing, right? You want to win that, so it can be worth it, but you are still not guaranteed to win it with that move. And what I sometimes like to do is trying to go like an association 8 action, grabbing the last partner zoo, and then with the second action, so managing upgrading association in that spot and do a double action, like grabbing the last icon and
Gaining this Horny Devil.
Yes, I've done that.
Voting.
I've done that today actually.
yeah, haven't seen it, but yeah, that's
Tickets, please. 2 to 5.
Yuka did snap up the expert on Europe, so would expect that to get played next.
And it costs 10 because
And Brian's playing a Thorny Devil and a Garizel.
it gives me 6 tickets.
So most likely
what?
the mantled
okay.
Garizel.
Das ist a Mattelaffe.
I have made the observation
Much prettier
tower
name than in English.
So I gave it 4 tickets. Up to 15.
But it does look like he'll be looking to support Africa 2 next round.
Animals to 1.
The Gariza does give a clever ability, so we'll see if anything gets sort of clevered back to hold up to spot 1 here.
You don't have to tell it. Okay, you don't have to tell it.
Okay, Brian wants to know if
He's not
Levi
going to tell you.
You make
is
some
going to
shots.
break because he has the sponsor 1-5 now, and with the X token he can.
Well,
You can see the it is the sponsorship card. You can see the head of the guy if you look very closely.
yeah, well, I think we know that Levi's not going to break.
I am not feeling very
So obviously the other players don't know anything about his hand.
I want this here.
That is the risk. So
From the look of it, I don't know if Yuka snapped the Europe, but other than that, he can't do anything with the rest of his round. So I don't know. The 4 steps give him how much income?
One sponsor.
4 appeals should
2 extra. Yeah, 2 extra income.
It'll be interesting to see if Yuka has a project to do as well. Because it might not be a release for this talk, but it could be a bird breeding program or even a herb breeding program.
Probably. Yeah, I think he should have some kind of project for this dog, but because it's not the most efficient opener if you don't have anything to go with it.
Yeah,
It's
because
quite expensive.
yeah, and it's just a lower appeal animal really.
Saw it. Least clever. Saw it. Some money that you can get.
And then you put those.
The clever ability, for example, in Germany was called ausgefuchst,
Monster reduction.
and which Fuchs is a fox,
Ah.
and it was first seen on the desert fox, the fennec
Yeah, the
fox.
Fennec Fox, yes.
Yeah.
So this immediately triggers
That's why it's called ausgefuchst in Germany, and means being clever, and so.
Yeah, in English it's basically the same, like clever like a fox. Yeah.
Make him look good. He's fine. Yeah. I'll just put him next.
But it evolved from the fennec fox because I did the predators first. The first set of animals I did was were the predators. So yeah.
Levi is playing that extra on Asia.
Okay.
Game designer.
Oh, you're from Europe?
I'm from Europe.
There you go. He's the expert in Europe.
I mean, he could have.
I
He
get
probably could have just
four
used it for the break. It depends on the rest of his cards, I guess.
Yeah, I think Levi's still happy to stay in this round and ideally get out the sponsorship vultures as well.
Ah, sure, he has that one. Yeah. Okay, alright.
Yes.
Sure.
But you
Yeah.
passed your card.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to
Yes,
call for
that's
pavilion gives appeal every time? Like, is that just automatic? I'm supposed to literally say, I got a
that was
pavilion
an
that does
odd
nothing
discussion.
except give appeal, I must get this appeal. That seems...
That does seem a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we're playing for money, I think you have to take it.
He
That's
didn't.
not
He
an
didn't
option.
announce
That's
to
like,
get
that's
the
literally
appeal
what
from
happens
the
when you play the
pavilion
cards.
when
It's
he
like silly.
put it down, and now they have the discussion if
Because it's
he
not like
has to get
it's
it
not like
or
a
not.
tag of something you made, but
Can't
like
forget
you don't get to like.
as the
I
rules.
would've-
But I mean, I
for
physically
randoms,
can't
you
reach over
cannot
to the
forget
board to make sure this is happening.
Get appeal. But
Yeah.
what happens
I mean,
is
that's
tournament
one word because
structure
it's not
when
really in his cards and he's
when they
checking.
just don't notice.
That's what I'll say. It's where-
But the thing is,
Every judge I think has to
it was noticed but not told. So,
you can't get rewards you should have.
and this is one reason why the game also took so long. Because everyone was very aware, or no, not aware, like cautious. After that, the atmosphere was a little bit, yeah. Cautious because they talked about what happens if you forget it. Judge also doesn't see it, and I was not allowed to tell anything, so it was a little bit.
No hard feelings.
Did he actually end up getting the appeal?
That's literally
Yes,
what,
yeah,
you don't even have
I
to
think we had.
the game
I
state
think
is
they
just wrong. You
consulted
can't
the
say,
head
I
judge
played
for it.
pavilion because it actually matters. You could not place a
cannot
pavilion.
forget it.
And then if you were at 99 points and you
What
didn't want
happens
to end
if
the game, then
you recognize it like 3 turns
get
later?
your board ready for completion.
Yeah.
You literally do not have the option to do that.
That's actually something that we did see in the ring final for Ark Nova. A couple of times, one of the players got Hydrologist money, but they were allowed to get that a couple of turns later
There's
after
a
they
strategic
realized.
reason why you wouldn't, so the game stays just wrong.
Well, Shane's made a lot of calls.
I think it was a pretty good atmosphere in the ring
Here's
final.
my thing. Like, 'cause obviously
Yeah.
this, if you
So
don't think of it, if you don't
especially the
say
atmosphere
yes, yes,
at the WSBG
there's an
especially
ambiguity in
is
him
quite
saying I took a
friendly,
pavilion,
and so
whether
everybody
we should
enjoys
know
their
to
time
just move him
and
versus
playing,
saying
and I
that
think
gives
that's the
him-
right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's not a
Just
trigger.
because
It's not a trigger.
It's not a trigger. It's just
I mean, there's some money on the line, I get it, but most of the
There'd
most
also
of
be
the
the question of how
competitors
far
play for
you guys
honor and not for like
I'm
being
responding.
If my action next would be Ryan, what if
the S, it's just to win,
That's why we'll-
no matter
you
what.
have to have some
You know what I
point.
mean?
It's been too long.
Right. No, exactly, and that's why usually it's pushing this game. Yeah, that's why usually these games special points.
So they discuss, yeah, but we have those, we have the active player marker, and so if you pass it, when is the point, when it's too
I'll use the
late.
restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I'll use the restroom.
Yeah, and you can understand both sides of the argument. Like,
You don't want to create perverse incentives for people to
okay,
try to
we
subvert
just did a jump
the
cover.
rules.
So yeah,
And
if
just hope
you
that your
pass
opponents
the
don't catch
player
it,
mark,
and
then
then be like,
turn in,
oops, nobody said anything.
I think it's reasonable to let the appeal, but it doesn't really affect anyone else's action.
pretty common, honestly. Like I've.
But you're better at this than I am. I always want my feel.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's been like over a year since I played this game.
I mean, this is
remember
something
many
you get,
games where you would get to an end game
you
state
get used
where
to when you
would
play
not
lots of
want,
online. You
like,
cannot
one or two
forget
appeal.
your appeal
And
online.
Yeah,
You make
Yeah.
it just happens.
Because like if you have final scoring, especially if you have the scoring cards,
Yeah, my personal opinion on
being able to
this
place
is
Brazilians or not have them counter your appeal.
there is a headshot on the table, and you should
It's not.
be.
It's not an option.
You should
That's a
be.
great point. It's not.
It's not an option.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I mean, the argument is even a
Luckily,
judge on the table can forget
Just go with whatever.
or can oversee something, and then it's okay. Then it's what is pech, bad luck, but he should
It's my understanding that Levi claimed that he got a
tell
pavilion.
things you
But it's
cannot
still
forget
not
because it's the rules for the game.
That's where he began his turn.
So
It's
now we
still your
see
turn?
the head judge of the whole
He began
tournament
his turn
in the
and revealed
background,
his card he was playing. And then he was my notes.
deciding what's going on.
Once again, he
Making
claimed
the official
what
rule.
how
it was stated that he got
Yeah.
your score check. It was not stated that he got your score check. That will be resolved. He gets that.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Okay, there we
So
go.
he gets the appeal for the
Right. Yeah.
So they're supposed to
and I can tell you it's hard to be an observer on the game and not being allowed to tell
looking at your
such
thing, yeah.
such things.
Yeah, because you know straight away.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright, so we're good. So you got
I'm
a
not.
size 1 enclosure.
I can oversee some things too, right? But
Yes, you did.
yes, usually yes.
Where do you
I guess we also didn't talk about the conservation track. We do have some very good rewards at 8 conservation points. The Partner Zoo, obviously one of the most coveted rewards. Basically getting that saves you a whole association action, so most players will try to get that. But also the multiplier can be very useful. And I think whoever does win the race to Habitats 5 has a very good shot at getting their first choice of the 8 conservation point reward.
I think the doubler would even be more valuable than the partner zoo if it wouldn't go away during
you only get
the
to
break.
the ones that have the shovel that say 2.
I could agree with that, yes, absolutely.
So in solo play, it's I think the doubler is more valuable because you can time it yourself.
Yes, you know exactly how long the round is going to last for. Yeah.
I'll play sponsors of
And I've seen you play some solo yourself now.
Yes, now that Arknova has come to Steam, I've been playing the solo,
Okay, mic is on.
which is pretty enjoyable.
Okay, I received 3 coins.
Actually, it does have a little bug with the multiplier at the moment. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's intended or not. I assume not, but if you're like doing an association action, you get a multiplier for some reason. In the Steam version at the moment, you can put it straight on association and do your second action straight away. I think normally that's not allowed.
No, that's normally not allowed. I think it's an oversight which will be fixed soon.
Yes, well, it's still in early access, so plenty of time to fix up those bugs.
Yeah, they already did fix some minor rules glitches. And, yeah.
Power 5. This time we're going to actually use it in Power 5.
Okay, so everybody played their sponsor cards. Yuka played the expert on Europe, didn't break.
Yep.
Brian also didn't break. He played the
Expert in herbivores, yep.
Yes. Den Pflanzenfresser-Spezialist. So,
Big one. That's one for Mike. Big one.
Just wanted to play for the overboard.
Levi spends his turn snapping up the Dusky Elite Monkey.
Any takers?
I mean, it's cute.
Any takers?
I think it has a couple of benefits. So it does work well with the expert on Asia that he's already played, and Primates is still a project, so it could be working towards 2 or even 4 or 5 potentially.
I draw a card.
Break
So
2.
he has quite some cards though.
Now 2 away. 2 away.
Yuka's doing cards at 2, which allows you to draw 1 card.
How many cards do you each have?
Hopefully it was a good one.
Yeah, that's what I meant, was he could also break instead of playing the
Yeah,
Europe.
playing the expert, yeah.
Very impressively done for the turn.
Yeah, it's not a very
First decision that I don't know what to do when it's my turn.
might be incorrect to play.
Oh, it's my turn. Is it my
Oh,
turn?
I'm so sorry.
What action did you take?
I think if you look around the table,
Yeah,
like
that's
move forward, so
most of
that's
the
why I
players
thought
don't
we were
have
So let's add that time back to
a
my
good, like multiple good actions to do.
Like everybody has an incentive to break now, so
Yeah.
it might be still right. Yeah.
Bryant might decide to build, still got plenty of money to build an enclosure, but could also just do cards. No, looks like building is the choice.
I'll spend 2 money.
Really want to draw out this round 1.
And I'll build
Oh, please don't be a chaos.
a kiosk.
It is a kiosk.
Oh,
Don't you like that?
I'm not the biggest fan of so this is my issue.
I paid my 2 money.
Bryant
Yeah,
has
it's
animals at
symbolic.
3. Where is any animal going to fit in that zoo?
Yeah. I mean, if he's going to upgrade build anyways, then he can just build 2 in 1 in 1 action, and so he gets that back. But then the single kiosk is only
So when
2
I
money
play
for
this,
2.
I get 1 appeal for every bird.
I mean, it will definitely pay for itself, but I'm kind of worried about the inefficient action order coming up. But maybe we'll be surprised and Bryant will do Africa 2 as a project and maybe take the 2-size enclosure of reward. That would make me happy to see. Levi is playing the sponsorship vultures now. So pretty nice first round for Levi, actually playing 3 sponsors and a secretary bird, which we're still not sure why just yet.
I was breaking 2.
But maybe a project for it.
Round 1 is over. What did you activate? Was that the cards or the sponsors? Did you leave it in the 2-slot while?
And you could have just had enough of this round just using sponsors at 2 to break.
So I mean, after in retrospect, after playing the Europe expert, he did break though and draw 1 card. So
Yeah, 2 very inefficient actions.
I might have.
yes,
And the other players did achieve quite a bit actually.
After trying to screw you out of
I don't think you did it because you had my interests at heart. To be
Oh,
honest.
too loud. You
You
know,
had my interests at heart. To be honest. I'll spin it like that.
even has to discard a card for 1 of those.
Yeah.
Gain income from all your income sources. So make sure you
first we discard the 2 cards.
Yeah, this is where the game starts to get very interesting, just depending on who has projects and what projects. It's where the game can start accelerating.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, sure.
Because those project bonuses are such a huge deal. Like snapping a card from the display, 2-size enclosure. On this map, playing a sponsor for money is one of my favorites.
Playing sponsor for money is one of your the income.
Yeah, the income reward. I like it a lot.
Yes. It's overseen by many.
Yes. Because it feels expensive, but it saves you so much just tempo and efficiency just being able to play
I
them
also have 15.
without having to spend an action to do it.
But it's hard to pull off.
If I miss something,
It's so hard to pull off. At one time during playtesting, you could use it from the display, then it was much easier.
Yeah, like let's say
That sounds really good to me.
Yeah, like
but it was a little bit too good then. So now
if we're still on income, that's why you leave it on your game.
It's hard to pull off when you do it.
Like put it in,
It's quite
and
great.
verify that you have done it. But then once it's in,
but
and
it's
we
not
start
so,
taking cards again, then
Once it's in.
that you would have to do it.
yeah, right. Because then we can't be like, well, did you already get it? I don't know.
Go
So
on the observation tower, like using the extra tickets 4 times, 5, 6 times, depending on special enclosures like bird aviary or.
So maybe my income should be.
So you can, you know what I'm talking about, but for the audience, you can build next to the observation tower, later on build an aviary or a reptile house, and then make those enclosures next to the tower free, so you can fill them again and gain those extra appeal points a second time. The same is true for release projects. When you release them into the wild, you can also fill them more often with the expansion they are not using today. You could also, or you could have the sponsor card where you can build over rocks, and then you have 2 more spaces you could build next to the tower. So there are quite a few
Oh, thank you.
possibilities.
That's something
to
we're all going to agree that we should have.
Immediately realize.
And we could definitely see that this game, because I mean, Levi and Yuko both started with birds that can fit in a bird aviary. And even Brian played a Thorny Deadly Wood to go in a reptile house, so there's a possibility for all of
How many?
And I did get a quick look at Levi's hand there. He has the Dusky Leaf Monkey still, has a lesser bird of paradise, which is an Australian bird.
How many habitats do you guys have?
And I missed the third card, but I think the third card might have been an Australian sea lion, a bit of an odd one.
Of Africa.
But I definitely did not see a project there.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, if you had a project for the bird, it would be quite weird to get a partner zoo.
Yeah, so then I'd say Levi is almost certainly going to grab the Europe partner zoo here to get that 5th habitat icon. But Brian is first play to start the round off. Yeah, starting with Association at 5, doing Africa 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't put the work there.
No, you do.
No, you don't put the work there either.
Yeah. Your association.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
You were so close. And also,
There we go.
You were so close.
Oh, it comes from here.
So I
That
think
would've been
he
a very costly
only
mistake.
played it online.
I'm going to take another.
It seems like that. Yeah, also moving a cube from the bag. Yeah.
From the bottom.
Okay, taking an extra association worker is something that we do see quite often.
I still like that move. I mean, I know you guys with your metagaming think of it as like a more old school move, but as the first move in a round with more than 2 players, it's still good.
Well, yeah, that is the thing. A lot of us only played 2-player.
Yeah. So you still the round is usually a little bit longer with more players, and especially as the first action in a round, it's just nice to get the worker. And with partner zoos, you don't end up getting the worker from the reputation track that fast. So you could choose to grab it from the double from the 2
conservation points.
From the association, from the 2 association points track, but this is a move for really experienced players because
It's
so this is I think this is the right play Brian did there, because it's a good move, it's safe, it's a nice timing, so you don't do wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it's fine as well. It's actually really funny because for a very long time when Ark Nova first came on Board Game Arena, anyone who suggested that taking the worker instead of the upgrade at 2 conservation points would just be like laughed at.
Yeah,
But
I know. I mean, I designed the game. I know it is a viable option. I had to wait 2 years. I had to wait 2 years for people finding out.
Yeah, but now it's like people have started to catch on that it's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I was the biggest non-believer of it, but yeah, I've been swayed recently.
I thought I covered up the 2 spot.
Yeah, that's not where the case comes from. It has to
I mean,
Oh, right,
in the
yeah,
end,
of course,
it's more options, right? More options are more good, and yeah. And people started figuring out when it's really good to take the worker and how to adapt your other actions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
I
this
mean,
takes.
yeah.
This was another option for Levi that I didn't actually consider, but he can just support Habitat Diversity for 2 shield.
We're taking the association worker.
That's typically not something that you see very often because it's normally one of the easier projects to hit, so you don't sort of mind going for 5.
That'll trigger either an
I
upgrade
think,
or a third association.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Upgrade.
I think that might have to. I think this is, yeah, like I said before, Levi didn't play it that often, and so he is more open-minded for it. So this might be like yeah, you're totally right. When I see the project, I want to have the 5 because it's so easy, yeah. And yeah. But if you told us his hand, and if you are correct with that, he is far from getting a project otherwise. So it might be just great to do it.
Yeah, just really keeping up with the other players, getting that early project done, because we still assume that Yuka has a project to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, also deciding to take the association worker as a bonus.
He did, yeah.
You know what that means, though? That means we're going to be in for a long round 2 as well.
I mean, we already know the game took 4 hours, so...
At least now we know why.
There go my CP.
Don't get to see what action that he upgraded, but I assume it's build. I think it would make sense with what we know about his hand. Being able to build a 1 size and a 2 size for both the animals that he has would be very useful.
And I still, yeah, it's a map where you, yeah, where I usually end up upgrading build
One health for yellow, going for 1.
anyways, because those block spots are very annoying.
Yeah.
So there's the release bird project.
Down 4 from yellow.
Wow, I mean, I think in my mind that puts Yuka pretty far ahead of the rest of the table at the moment. That is one of the best combinations, like projects that you can do. Because it's such a cheap bird, you don't lose that much appeal. And yeah, on this map,
you really wanted the Europe guy first. He grabbed it during the round. If he would have on his starting hand, it would be much nicer. He would have done it
You need
the first
you want
round,
to
right?
double down on association action. You need
Yeah,
to
well,
take
sorry, I
association checkers to go to association.
yeah, no, I was just saying on this map especially that getting to, as you said before, using the enclosures twice is just such a large benefit, getting the extra appeal again. But yeah, it's interesting if he could have done it in the first round or not.
That's for yellow.
It would have been
I mean,
quite awkward for the action order, I think.
yeah, but you cannot know if the round is long enough. Sometimes when you go for a stunt like this in the first round, and the round is short, then you get hit by it really hard.
Yeah, you get punished.
Because if you release the bird and you don't have income, and or if you don't take the 5 income, but still you are only on par with the other players, then
You just ran out of here. That makes it.
don't know. It's a risk doing it. So this is.
You could just double check that he's got everything, but actually,
Yeah, it was the atmosphere on the semi-final because we had that event going before with the appeal, and then the atmosphere was a little bit, so they all were very hesitant with their moves and double checking everything, and so that's the main reason the game took so long.
So you could actually deviate it from the other two. Instead of taking a worker, it took the 5 money income reward.
Discard this one.
Take your ticket.
That's,
Yeah, I think that's
Before we take the next one, just so we
yeah,
can-
it's something that you do see quite often when you do release an animal, because you obviously lose the appeal that comes with the animal, which means your income is just lower. So getting the 5 money income can sort of compensate for that.
So if they do, then
But it's also going to make the rest of the round a bit trickier because the other players are going to have workers to use, whereas Yuka won't.
Yes, I think we will all try to avoid it.
Just so you do
So to make it a little bit awkward
If it's
for
not now,
him,
it's not now. Now it's okay. But
we might see Yuka's association get stuck at 5 for a couple of turns.
Just so you know how that game might end.
Please hurry us to avoid that risk.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to. That's the first time it kind of took a little while, but I just wanted to. Yeah, I just wanted to.
Okay, so
Other than that, we've been doing pretty good on top of somewhere else. Right. Other than that, we've been doing.
So the Bridie, the judge for this table,
I didn't want that to be a surprise.
announced to the players right there that we have lots of time now, but the game is starting to slow down, and everybody should be aware that if it's getting closer to the like 3-hour mark, there will be a time to time turns, and everybody should want to avoid that and try to play as fast as possible.
Yeah, just a little head up.
I would like.
We do get a small look at Brian's hand, actually. I see a few cards there. I see a few, quite a few good cards.
The Tasmanian Devil.
Kiosk and pavilion.
Yes, also saw a spokesperson giving reputation for each science tag. I also saw the European Common Adder. Because this is the peaceful mode variant, that gives determination and extra action when you play it.
Sure, yeah, you're right. I almost forgot about it. Yeah, the WSBG head judges have had chosen to use the friendly mode because and yeah, so those cards are a little bit better than usual, especially the determination snakes, the hypnosis snakes, which have determination then, which is significantly better.
Levi just deciding how to sort of orientate the buildings. Was originally going to go for the 5 money on the ground, but deciding to instead go next to the observation tower.
It always feels awkward to put a double size that way next to the kiosk.
It doesn't feel right. Yeah.
I'm missing that one income. Oh no! I mean, he could turn it, so he.
It's a secret salad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't announce what
Just
card
for
you're selling.
information.
Just say,
But
I'm
then
selling your
probably
class.
be able to put one size in the other.
It may or may not be lost.
I've never seen this card.
It may or may not be lost.
It's got.
Yeah, it looks like no one size, which I'm actually a bit surprised about, because I do recall that he had the one size Australia bird, the lesser bird of paradise. That's interesting. But yeah, the 2 size is going to be for that dusky leaf monkey coming up. So that in itself will give another pavilion. Okay, going back to the money.
I think he needs the money to be able to play the dusky leaf monkey.
Yeah, probably just calculating that out now.
Pay 8, game
I mean,
5.
that is a much nicer kiosk, I will
The only
say.
thing I have going for me is burgers.
Gain 1 ticket for your
Making sure to get that appeal for the pavilion.
Gain 1 ticket for
You got her in?
Yep.
Yeah, if you target me, it's fine. These guys, you're actually gone. These guys.
Yeah, maybe to keep ambiguity when you need to really say,
When it's
place it
Where's
and
all
say,
my
like, entertainment for my pavilion, just so it's like a stated,
I might like
yeah, so yeah, because if you could state it, yeah, so yeah, because you could, in your build power 5 voice, state it.
But I'm going to.
Build power 5 voice, state it.
I play my card.
Just looking at it, I think the Lesser Bird of Paradise would be sort of even better to play right now because Levi can potentially release it from Yuka's project, the Low Mountain Range.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting. Quite early.
Very early. Getting that 5 money as well with the pavilion. Yeah, so there's a little trick that you can do on this map, which is playing whatever reptile you have in a normal enclosure first and then building the reptile house after that.
For all the dogs that he would like to
But it could suggest that these reptiles need to be touching water, whereas the 4-size enclosure is not touching water right now.
Yeah, the observation tower has a nice view over the water, but
Bit hard to touch it. And this is, I think this is the dilemma for Bryant that I was sort of talking about earlier. Animals is at 5 now. What do you do with it?
They build?
yeah, but he upgraded the build, so
Yeah, but now it's a build action at power 3 when it could have been up there at 5.
yeah, that's
You actually are allowed to like find a game to play yourself, but if you like.
Yeah, you can sell it, man. You don't have to sell it. Yeah, you can get
One action.
It's 2 sizes of pavilion.
Four tickets there.
One action.
Now I take a card from my
This guy has a lot of moss.
Using to draw a card as well.
So 3
That's
cards
2 size placement. Once the expert in small animals.
That's everything. So 6. Ticket. That's
Did he get his ticket?
So 6 inches.
Yes, I believe so. I think they were at 13, 14, 15, and now red is at 16. So I believe that.
Ah, he's red. Yeah.
There is the monkey.
So he didn't need the 5 money for the monkey.
Triggers expert in Asia, so I get a pavilion, which gives me a point. A ticket, which that happens.
one for blue from 14 to 15. One for you.
But look at this nice pavilion going next to the kiosk. So I say out of all the players, Levi probably has the most income right now with just that really nice kiosk and the sponsorship vultures card in play.
Yeah.
ready to do all your stuff.
So the others are about to play animals, it looks like.
Clever action as well. Actually want to do it. No. Do it. Kind of like the status quo. Actually, I'm going to clever down sponsors.
I think Levi's deciding if he wants to clever or not with the Dusty Leaf monkey ability.
Josh.
Yeah, he's thinking about what to clever, but he didn't get tickets yet, so.
Oh no.
You made a mistake.
Should be 6 tickets. So make sure you get them before.
No, yeah,
The poor
But
viewership
you
experience.
see,
I haven't played this game in a hot minute.
I'm starting to feel the pain again.
I used to be decent at it, I think. But
You're reliving
You
it.
see, when I explain the game to new people or playing with people, I always try to watch out for the correct order of events, because then it helps not forgetting such things. So you play the animal, you trigger the effect and the tickets, and then you take them. Or like with the action cards. Many people, when they use the action cards, they take them and already shift them in the first spot.
Yes.
And then, oh wait, was it power 4 or power 5? I want to redo this. Okay, fine, but where was it? And then, I think it was. So, yeah. That's.
We do see the players pretty good on that, at this table at least. They just sort of tap the action card down a little bit to show that they're using it.
They are obliged to do this. It's not a choice here.
okay.
Oh, sorry, what did I miss that's silly?
Oh, no,
No, they're
nothing. But
counting
I
the
just, so
tickets.
the thing that I saw was I was asking questions. So, like, basically when we put our stuff out, I'm asking them, we're not sure when we put our stuff out.
Yuka's right here if you want to wait.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All through.
Yeah, okay.
Yuka's right here.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so when we play animals, because that is another potential illegal game state thing. So when you play animals, triggering all the stuff on it is that thing that's there, but you have to get the tickets for the animal first, because that's not like an optional trigger or an option. It has to be, I play this animal and I get the tickets on the
See?
bottom of
And
it.
then you can miss all
Yeah,
the
get
And then you can miss everything else, but that's why I just wanted to, you know what I mean, with the
Yeah,
thing, because I think we're also focused on like not triggering and stuff. Just make sure that everything is like
So,
done and
so then I haven't received my
and that's why. And I wasn't sure if it was a reward or not, because if it's a reward, I don't say anything. But the problem is it's not a reward. It's a base requirement of playing an animal, which is what I needed to double check on. So just so we are all clear.
I haven't received.
He played the monkey and was so worried about the triggers that he didn't do the base requirement of the monkey.
there's-
which is
there
to
are
get the
reasons
monkeys
you
that
are
he
not
wanted,
allowed
which is what happened, which is why I stopped the game to see if it was like a reward, but it's not a trigger, it's not a reward.
The
So
most
regardless
important
of what
thing
happens
is
with
you
the card,
cannot
if you
stall the
play
game
it,
forever.
you must receive the
So if you play an animal, you have to take the tickets. Like
No, so
break
like if he
token
missed like this, for
break
example,
marker,
if he
because
missed
otherwise
this,
the game would
yeah, if he played a wrong tag and didn't get to appeal because that's a trigger, and he missed it, he missed that because that's a trigger.
But pavilions are trigger.
No, because when you say the only thing that pavilion does, and also monkeys, that's the only thing that the animals do. It's these, yes, but these are triggers. These little top things are triggers. This is just a base game requirement, so and that's what I wanted to ask about, because if it was a, well, but I'm just if it was a trigger, I
what
didn't want to.
Levy is thinking.
I need victory points.
He's trying to so confused. It's not confusing.
Let's get some victory points.
Anyways, I should go from 15 to 20 for playing.
Move from 15 to 20.
Okay.
Anyways, I should go from 15 to 20 for playing.
But that's why I stopped before I happened. I wanted to double check with the higher authority and make sure that was
That
how
is the
it
right
was.
idea.
Why I stopped was you can miss this and you can miss victory like ticket points, but you are not allowed to not get the stuff on the animals that you play as a base requirement. So I wanted to clarify that.
Thank you so much for clarifying.
Of course, I
thought everything you could miss by passing.
No, because see, it's hard because with like BGA, it's all automatic.
It's the same. It's the same as the. It's the same pavilion thing. It's like you can't, because especially with animals, it would be advantageous if you could receive the ticket value. The building one is a lot more French, but not being able to receive this would actually be big.
Have you done your clever?
No, I haven't done my clever. I don't. Not being able to receive this.
I think the last thing he said, he didn't think he was doing the clever, but then I stopped to get a rules clarification. So
Join the club.
Join the non-clever club.
I might join
So this whole table is very clever for even being here. So.
I think we've all got great starts.
This whole table is very, yeah, it's going around home. Like I said, we're okay on time right now, but I just wanted to let everyone know so it wasn't like a surprise an hour and a half down the road. You're like, what? Now I maybe don't get to. So surprise an hour and a half down the road. Like clever, really good.
That makes me feel a lot better.
I said I feel bad. I feel bad.
Okay, it's like choosing
Clever
a
animals.
What else is that? I feel bad. I'm gonna double slice.
seems reasonable enough. From what I can see, the actual service card says sponsors. Then I guess association build animals. So that seems like a reasonable order. Indeed, there is the broad-snouted caiman.
Urbanizer. He's saying if you would.
The Europe, the expert in Europe, which got him the one size enclosure, now was the reason he couldn't build a 4-size next to water.
Yeah, in the way.
Yeah, missing out on 2 more points at least. But maybe he has more reptiles and then, but still, you could use the tower even more often then. I mean, these are just minor things, right? But in the end, if it's a close game.
All these things add up.
Yeah?
Because it's not only 2 appeal, it's 2 appeal early, which might be 1 extra money every round, which could be the difference between playing a large animal in the last round or not. It does snap up the bottom top tamarin from the display, so that does match the primates base project. It does require 2 science icons to play, so not going to be played anytime soon.
Now there is an elephant in the display, which seems quite good for Brian going for... No, he already supported Africa, did he?
Yeah, already supported Africa too, but I think all the players are looking at that as a kind of quick way to get to 5.
Association ones are the easy ones.
Yeah.
When you take the cubes from the right space. Association ones are the easy ones. Yeah. When you take the cubes.
Bryant grabs the Asia partner suit. That's interesting. I would have definitely expected Europe with the adder in hand.
Ah, sure, you're right. Yes. I mean, I like the bison in the middle also, and not especially in this setup.
Resources thematically, like
It's an underrated part
They don't have to
sometimes.
snap this. I was like, that is a top tier.
I did just
okay, that I was gonna say, like, I was imagining Tesseract, like, my 4 little
Levi snaps up that elephant very quickly.
like 4 Tesseracts.
I mean, it has points printed on it.
Like, deck.
Has a lot of points. One of the best abilities in the game as well, getting an extra endgame card. Very expensive though.
Do I move the break marker?
I mean, yeah. Basically, you pay for 2 extra.
Just push the numbers.
You play when you play the element, you pay.
Just push the numbers. Just push your cards down to the number.
And which is also the average you should get out of it. But if you get more, you got lucky. So it's a built-in So you always pay for 2. So most of the time it's not better than it should be, but some you have a shot.
The card's action.
Yeah, you can give yourself a shot to be lucky.
It is one of the best feelings, hitting a 4 conservation point endgame with the elephant.
This Malayan table.
Yuka spends his turn drawing 3 cards from the deck. The break is looking pretty close. Yuka might be looking to cause the next move.
Can't finish the money now since there's change here.
Bryant is going to play animals here.
So finish the mix together. I gain 5 appeal, please, from 16 to 21 on the red. I gain 1 hat, 2, 3 on red. I played an herbivore.
Yeah, but both players with 2 workers managed to use both. So if Levi uses his worker now, but most likely will.
Yeah, we would expect that.
Digging 3. My first dig.
Does make it a bit trickier for next round with your association starting at 1. Yeah, Bryant is playing the Malayan taper and gets to dig stuff away, so digs away the geological project.
27.
Which I guess Levi should have been pretty interested in with the cable car already in play.
Yeah, maybe it would even be better than the elephant. Who knows? But yeah. There are a lot of rock spaces on that map. I mean, the elephant is tempting though, because of the Africa project on display. Yuka doesn't have any Africa so far, so if he goes with the second partner zoo and then he already has four of those icons.
Yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed to win the race side.
Yeah.
And especially with the breeding cooperation on the display right now, that could be just your path to get to number 5.
Okay, it wasn't there yet, but yeah. Sure, counts.
I see Bryant has a Siberian tiger in his hand, and I think deciding whether to dig it away or not. But that is a card I would be keeping at this point.
The Siberian tiger is the first card I designed, by the way, and it's very close to what it was from the very first beginning.
So you nailed it on the first try, is what I'm hearing.
It was the first card I designed, and it kept like. Yeah, I mean the numbers went a little bit like when it got more expensive or less. But what it did, needing 3 Asia and giving lots of points, stayed the same, being a 5 size.
Yeah, the 3 Asia tag requirement does make it quite tricky to play. But I think with Bryant already having 2 Asia tags from the partner zoo and the taper, so probably a worthwhile hold.
Yeah, I would definitely stick to it. Also, I haven't seen it in other cards, but getting one more Asia tech in a 3-player game at this point seems like
it should happen at some point.
Yeah, that's all. Oh, I gain a reputation for.
And it's a late game card anyway, so you wouldn't.
So 2 reputation.
You wouldn't have the money to play it right now, anyways.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Right, remembering to get the reputation from the animals action itself that has been upgraded. That was from grabbing the second partner association.
Easy part.
Is this the one you want?
Yeah, Levi is just going to spend this action grabbing
Sorry to presume.
the double science university.
He's the one that got your monkey.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I didn't sleep much last night. Take something else for sure.
Sorry, I thought you were someone.
No, half the time I am, so it's a good assumption. Take something else for sure.
Sorry, I thought you were someone.
No, half
Now they're trash talking.
I was very surprised to see you reach out and grab for the double science university. That's typically not one that you see very often.
That's okay.
The reputation helps you get an upgrade, but the double science is just for those 2 science
I
tags.
make a decision and walked away. Feel self-conscious. Feel self-conscious.
But when you take it, usually you have a good reason for it, and it's not that bad. I've seen games where like 2 or 3 people wanted the card as their first university and were pretty much pissed they couldn't get it because the other one took it. So that's always interesting.
If you see someone is starting with it, it's definitely one of the scarier feelings.
I mean, usually, if you keep your hand and you usually count to get that university. As you count when you keep your starting hand and you want that university, you usually count in to get it. But if there are more people, then that's awkward. I've seen that more than once in my many games, but yeah.
Levi does eventually decide on the African partner zoo, which makes sense. We know there's the elephant.
Yeah. What does he flip? Animals, right?
I think it's just association. It's the card in folder 1 of the ones.
Yeah, you are right. Must be association.
Oh, and I actually thought Yuka was going to break this move, but playing the adventure playground instead. Just a nice little appeal boost.
Okay, my turn.
Oh, actually, okay, one thing I didn't actually check. I'm not sure if Brian got money back for the expert in herbivores.
The top here?
Yeah,
or-
from the
Sponsors
table.
and play the expert in small animals. That
Hard to say.
is really one ticket for my 2 small animals, so can I please go from 23 to 25?
But he's going to play that expert in small animals now, so we'll get a couple of appeal from that as the instant effect. And another thing to watch out for, all future small animals are discounted by 3, so that's something that's going to be very easy to miss.
Here is 5. Change.
But that is something which is done quite nice on the digital implementation of Arc Nova, where the discounts is already noted on the card. When you have it in hand, you see it, the number changes colors, and you see the
Yeah,
price
the
you
minus
have
next
pay.
to it. Yeah, I like that.
Pay 5.
You know what the biggest issue facing online players is in Arc Nova right now? Or just since it's come out online? It's forgetting veterinarian.
I have those.
Oh yeah, I yeah. I
Lets
always
you-
do it.
yeah,
I
but-
always do forget it. Yeah.
Lets you support
Yeah.
projects at power 4, but everyone always forgets, so they just spend an X to do it at 5 anyway.
And yes, and then oh, yeah, happens to me also.
Oh no.
One appeal from 20 to 21. You may not
What?
decline it.
Kiosk next to tower?
One appeal.
Gosh.
So generally you do want to put just standing enclosures next to the tower so you can flip them for the extra appeal. And this is sort of the same problem as Bryant's single kiosk build in the first round. We have a kiosk pavilion build from Levi, but now animals is ahead of build again and there's no empty enclosures for animals. we might be seeing animals get X'd back from Levi soon.
Another kiosk? Yeah. We shouldn't remember this is the semi-final of the WSBG, where the players playing here have not competed in the Ark Nova main event, so they are playing a game they are not playing that often, or not came to
not as
to Las
familiar
Vegas
with.
to play. So yeah.
Which makes WSBG a really interesting event, because you can do really well at your specific game. Like, I know personally, I've played Levi online at Terraforming Mars. He is insanely good at that game.
Yeah, he's a killer in Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
I haven't played it with him, but I mean, winning 3 times in a row.
It's crazy.
This event is amazing. I mean, I still consider Terraforming Mars being the game with a little bit more luck involved than Ark Nova. I mean, I have to have this opinion.
They're close,
I heard
but
Jay
yeah.
Dance said the same, so I just rely on him on that one.
He's not very good at Terraforming Mars. I wouldn't listen to him.
Okay, so it's of course it's the luck, yes, of course. No, I mean, but yeah, I mean, being able to win this 3 times in a row can't only be luck.
Yeah.
So,
but that is what makes WSBG such an interesting event, because you can do really well at your single game, but it's testing you on all 16 of the board games. You have to be competent at all of them to do well.
I really like the mode of the finals. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And even the atmosphere when the games are drawn, it's so tense, because everybody wants their favorite games to be drawn, and or it has the games they don't want to play, or they haven't. Everyone has like 1 or 2 games they haven't played once, maybe, or only once, and then you are rooting on, please no, not this one.
And that's the other thing as well. You can't get drawn into the game that you won. So like Levi won't be able to play Terraforming Mars in either of the final games, which I think is fair enough, because he'd probably crush those tables.
And for the finals, you are allowed to cross out one of the games. So
they have a veto.
But it's up front and simultaneously. So everybody has the chance to vote for one game, which is revealed simultaneously, and then those games are thrown out of the bag, so they can't be drawn.
Okay, so we've seen all the players do some build actions. You could build a single kiosk. Bryant's done pretty similar, built a kiosk, pavilion, and a one-size enclosure. And we did obviously see Levi before that doing kiosk and pavilion, so all these guys' incomes are going to be incredible. They'll be ready for rounds 3 and 4.
Now he's Xing the animals action, as we predicted.
Yeah, well, it's basically necessary. I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to play the elephant as the next animal, although it does not have upgraded animals yet to do that.
Yeah, that's why I thought he would go for animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would spend, there would be cubes on here and he would spend.
But also
one to
with the
help you
enclosure, the elephant costs 40 money.
No, the base, the ones on the
So
bottom.
that does mean that it's probably going to have to be a bit later than next round.
No, the base, the ones on the bottom.
You're activating cards? Leave it there till you finish the resolve.
But all the players have basically done all their useful actions for this round.
Activating cards, leave it there till you finish the resolve.
Yuka flipped cards. That's the second flip.
And you just keep both. That's going to save a lot of time. The race is that's going to save a lot of time.
And he took them simultaneously.
Yeah, just drawing 2 from the deck.
Technically, he could have
I'll play cards,
looked at the first and then decided on the second.
and I'll take it next turn.
Yeah, that is a good habit to get into, because imagine if the first card that you draw is the European
Release.
Yeah, exactly. The European release project. There's a bison sitting right there. You'd really want to draw that up.
Especially because he already has the partners for it, so it's just... Yeah, but I mean, the chances are very low, but I mean...
It's happened. I've seen it happen many times.
Sure.
We all have $1.
See, by Xing back another action, so it's sort of getting the action order right for next round.
Does not, unfortunately.
Can I purchase something with my ring?
The game would make more money
Take
if it
one
did.
like cards still, so he doesn't want to draw now.
Use these little
Get
squares.
him discarded.
7 rings.
Currency exchange rate is not as good on little pieces of cardboard as you would think it would be. It's not as good on little pieces of cardboard as you think it would be.
Yeah, Brian is saying that between the 3 players at this table there are already 7 rings.
Bill, is that 3 X's in a row?
I think it is 3 X's in a row.
We get a profit.
That's
I'm not
easy.
sure we've ever seen everyone.
It's not easy winning a ring from everything at first. You have to get through a pool of like
No,
100
it's not
players.
because it's KO from the start.
Yeah.
So if you're playing any game, if you go the second out of 4, you are out.
Yeah.
So
Well, I have
Brutal.
to use Lexus.
75% of the players are out after the first game. So
I'll
it's
send
tough.
animals down and take the next.
I went to the 7 Wonders final the first year I went to Vegas, and it was a 3-player game, so I was quite close winning it.
I'll fix
That's
the
usually
other
how
one right
7
on my
Wonders
next turn.
games go from my experience. It's usually pretty close, but like whoever gets
Yeah,
the
oh no,
science
the
on
final, the final wasn't that close. It's in 7 Wonders 3-player. It's about how the war cards are distributed.
Ah, yes.
And because you in 3-player you fight against both your neighbors, no one is left out, and so it's very important.
There's nowhere to hide.
And based on how they were distributed, I couldn't win it. It was.
Your cat dead. Hey, Mike.
I could, however, more or less decide which one of the other guys shall win it. But yeah.
I'm going to get 6 meerkats over that one there.
Levi did snap up the sponsorship primate, so looking for even more income from that
Sounds like
elephant.
a really big
To be
number
able to
on
play that soon.
You said I was not legal to play until now. Now to one.
Really big number on that.
But with the break so close, I would just expect you to break here. No, it looks like Xing back animals instead first. Then maybe we'll see Brian calls the break here.
Says the time check, we are at 11:30.
Wow, we're going too slowly.
A little bit.
Too slow. Wow.
Another sponsor card.
I think from memory Brian had spokesperson in there, but it's not playable at the moment without any science tag.
So I'll take 4 money. I think I'll sponsor for 4, and I'll take a fixed token, which I'll put on the sheet. So I'll take 1.
Break.
Yeah, just gonna break 4.
And then when break is triggered, we all
I
discard.
mean, now the game gets interesting
Finish here.
again.
Before we go to the break, just finish
People
your
can play animals, they can
sponsors
do
and
projects.
This is all.
Yeah, just to like, so your turn is like turn and
Great.
then
It's great.
Everyone gets a ton of money to start next round.
to like, so your turn is like turn.
mana, Predator release.
I have 19. Plus 1 for
I don't
this
think
kiosk.
anyone can use that right now.
5 for this
But it's
kiosk.
one to keep an eye on.
Plus 6 is 25. Plus 1 for this kiosk. Total is 25.
Predators.
We see,
There's one in the middle.
yeah, there's the New Zealand Sea Lions.
17.
I think Brian still has the Tasmanian Devil from earlier.
So brings me to 20 for having a bird.
But
Yeah.
needs the science to play that as well.
Nothing over here. 25. 28. 25.
I'm at 18. Then after this, I go to 23. So from this kiosk is
Quite an interesting point in the game.
5.
Because in terms of points, UK is ahead right now. Combined has a slight point lead with the conservation points and the appeal, but also has the advantage of having some empty enclosures with both other players do not.
Yeah.
Association action.
But at the same time, both the other players have their second partner suit, so they're slightly ahead on the card upgrade.
Association worker to the conservation projects.
Well, actually, that's not even true because UK has 5 reputation. So they all have 2
So when I
card
release the
upgrades. Oh
secondary bird, I don't lose the
Brian
CP
does
right
have
off the
3.
Yeah, you don't use the CP, but you do use the difference.
Yeah.
You can
It's really going to come down to
As the basic force.
what project people have to do.
Does it have to be
I think
exactly
it has to be exactly 3.
Does it have to be exactly 3?
Yes, the 3 has to be exactly 3.
Ah, okay. Levy is trying to release the secondary bird into the
Change your association.
birds project, but
Oh, it's already
he
blocked.
wasn't aware. Yeah, he wasn't aware he had to take the fitting size and cannot use the smaller one.
Ah,
He didn't know.
that would be pretty disruptive to your plans if you kind of expected to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Planned around that. That would definitely explain only building the kiosk in Pavilion last round.
Like, it would, well, they
So we
wanted
used
to
over half our time.
Well, it would somewhat explain.
Yeah, because then he would he
Because
could
they have to do the drawings,
empty the
so money
enclosure and do it again, but
Yeah.
it
He said that they
doesn't work
would
now,
let
so
us
he has
So we might have
another thing.
Okay, I'm going to take the association action.
I mean, it does have association upgraded, so it could be a good time to grab a third partner zoo,
Go to
or could just be a good time to grab a university, or even potentially do both at the same time.
You could do both now.
I
and
can
grab
only
some
make one
extra.
donation even if
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
It's X-ray.
Yeah.
I can only make one donation.
The thing is, on Observation Tower as well, you're pretty incentivized to get 4 partner suits because you get a bonus 2 conservation points from getting the 4th one.
I can't. Is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you do. You do.
1 or 111.
No, it's 2 for partner zoo, 1 for university, 0 for worker.
Makes sense since I already said for me it's a partner zoo map, so
Yeah, that's
putting it
why.
there is makes totally sense.
Okay, just grabbing the Science to Reputation University.
Oh, gotcha.
Not sure what for. I kind of lost track of its head.
I think it's just because it's the most convenient one right now, not because of special reasons. He wanted to release, and now he has to take. I think that's the mind process there. So then I have to take university. Do I need the hand size one? Probably not. So getting to reputation brings me closer to the next upgrade.
I'll take it.
That is typically what people default to, getting the hand size one, because it's just useful to have later. But yeah, there is the argument that it will be closer to the 5 reputation upgrades.
I think Brian hated it that he took this university because that's the one Brian really wanted for his cards. So for him it's annoying.
Yeah, but both the
Turn it this way.
spokesperson
See,
has
now he has
Tasmanian
to
Devil.
take the other one, and he's missing on 2 reputation right
He's
now.
good.
Because of that.
And Levi also got the first donation, which is the best one. It only cost 2 money, but now Brian donates for 5 money after that.
Not super strict, but an approximate 2-minute timer. Just so we can
Where is he on the track?
get somewhere.
I have a question. So placement bonuses on a single build action can be resolved in any order?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the sponsorship bonus from the Whistles turned out to be a little less good
one,
than it should.
6
So
if
we
I build for 6.
changed that with the expansion.
It is really good with the Marine World expansion. You can use it at any time.
Yeah, so like if there were 2 that were close enough that you covered it with a big, like this 5.
But here you just have to do it straight away.
Do 1 and then take that thing, and then there were 2 that were close over here, whatever, here, whatever you're trying to do.
So I would
Single one covering 2.
So just to clarify, I could not go build a 1 and so if I
Friday
build
the
for
judge
6,
is
I could not go
explaining
build for 1,
that you build
build
one after another.
build a 1 cost enclosure, 5 cost enclosure.
If you cover a bonus, which has an immediate effect, you have to take the immediate effect.
So a 1 cost enclosure, 5 cost enclosure.
If you cover a bonus, which has an immediate effect, you have to take the
I can hear you explaining how it works.
Oh!
That's very meta.
Build for 6.
Oh, that was a smart guy explaining there.
Build for 6.
I told you I was the guy.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, he wants to build 6 here, spending an X token, which is fine. But it kind of looks
He
like
wants he wants the reputation first, so he could grab the sponsorship card out of the display. That's the point, but he can't because
3 cost enclosure.
he has to first build on the draw card from the reputation range,
Yeah.
and then he has to take it.
and he wants to build
Because
the 5
there's
sides.
Yeah. It would have to be 1 building to be able to rearrange the order. But if he builds first on the draw card, so now he builds around it.
So that would give me the reputation.
Okay, that is one way to get it. That's pretty inconvenient.
Yeah, it is. So, but I mean, I think we can see on the build up here that he hasn't played the map and that often with the right. It's not a critique. It's just an observation.
Yeah, with the kiosk next to the tower, yeah. So at least there's 3 sizes touching the tower.
So now he gets it, but he couldn't build his 5 size he wanted to build for the elephant.
Yeah, so then it's a question of what else does he have in his hand. And hopefully that 3 size is not for the sea lion that's on the display, because that is not touching water.
If you take multiple cards from the roll, it only slides after you take all of them. Yeah, you can.
I had a wonderful when in Vegas. I did an exhibition map game, so they wrapped out a game to play with me.
Yep.
And there was some guy, and we played the new maps for the first time. Before they were released. They were released in Essen a week later, and we played them first time in Vegas, or publicly played them in Vegas.
Yep.
And the one guy who won the match with me with the new maps, he sat at the table and he hadn't played Ark Nova before once. He hadn't played it once, so it was his first time.
Wow.
He had a new map to play, and it was quite fun. And he had his Ark Nova moment, and it was great because the whole game he had which one was it? I think it was one of the tigers he wanted to play, and
Yeah.
he from the very beginning he had it on his hand, and it took him like 4/5 of the game to finally have the money and the enclosure to play it,
Yeah.
and the requirements, and then he figured out it wasn't touching the water, and it was so great. I said, now you have your Ark Nova moment, so should we play again? Start over again and play new. It was, but he liked it. I think. So he was good friend. But I had great
That's why we
fun.
have to stretch out.
It's happened to everyone, forgetting the one refinement or the one water that you need.
Yeah, I mean everybody has this at one point when you have this yes finally and then no way. Yeah. So more small enclosures for Bryant. So and he cannot play a reptile house or I mean he can play but he cannot play it next to rock anymore.
Yeah, same for the bird aviary. That is one of the things that you do want to try to do, make sure it's touching both water and rock, because there are animals, both reptiles and birds, that need either requirement, so it's handy to be touching both. But actually, really interesting combination that's appeared on the display. We saw the Savannah there earlier. Now there's a Jaguar there, which is a pretty good release project to do. I think Yuka might be eyeing that because he's just played an expert on Americas.
Break 2.
So I would.
So I can draw.
It's kind of tricky to get both the project and the animal.
One at a time,
It looks like Yuka's actually just going to draw from the deck. We'll see if it's
Yeah, I
going to
mean, if you have he has the card upgraded, so
yeah.
it feels awkward to just snap one when you can have 4 from the top or
Yeah.
from the display.
Exactly.
And he's doing it one after another right now, so he already learned from it. I mean, you could just for the third card you could grab the sea line, then would have at least have one animal to release and reducing the chances of other players grabbing it. But
I'm definitely playing.
on its own with the noodle effect, it's not very good.
I think I'll draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the pack ability is costed at like, you want to get something like 3 or 4 appeal from pack to make it worthwhile, roughly.
Oh, I could tell you how it's calculated, but I would have to recheck it.
No, don't spoil the surprise.
Oh, there's another break.
Yeah, Brian also draws cards from the deck.
I know, I thought he
So this is going to cost me 7.
he triggered a break, but he only meant
Yeah, break 2.
2 steps.
So to gain 5 tickets. I'm flipping this.
There is
I'll
a
be
3
7
size
tickets.
and also
It's the
it's
rock
a
up on 9 tickets.
That's going to advance the break as well.
To the group one. Agreed.
Okay, it looks like he's remembering everything. Remembers the discount from the partner zoo, remembers the rock from cable car.
So I should gain
We'll see.
$3.
Remember the enclosure next to the tower.
Yes, 5 plus 2 plus 2.
I'm a bit scared they didn't get the observation tower.
Yeah, it's possible. Forget it.
Oh no, he pointed to it, so I think it's right. Okay, so just single animal.
So how much would he get? 5 from the Puma, 2 from the cable car,
And 2 from the tower, so
2 from the tower.
27. These are 33.
last move Levi did play that breeding corporation, so now has a lot of options when it comes to projects. Can support primates for 2, but could also look to snap up the Savannah project and release the Cougar now.
two animals.
Both at the same time again, but you generally want to play the leopard first and get the hunt ability just in case you find something better.
From 25 to 31.
But okay, pretty decent animals here. And nice Africa tags for that project as well, so that'll get him up to 3 Africa.
Back in the race for Africa.
Yeah. Especially since that 5-size enclosure got delayed from Levi.
It's also like a 9. Because it splits.
I mean, Levi has the sponsor card for his third symbol, so he only would need the elephant to go to 5.
Yeah. We're currently tied 3-all. Actually, how is the race for habitats looking? So I thought Bryant was in a good position for it, but it's just sort of stalled on 4 tags, on 3 tags even.
3, yeah, he's missing Europe and America, and Yuka has 3, also 3, right? He's missing Australia and
Asia.
Asia. The hunt, okay.
Wow, that is one of the hunts of all time. I mean, actually, the Lynx don't have them too.
He has lots of groups. But how many Africa does he have? Monkeys. 0, right?
No monkeys, so the mandrill almost certainly going to be out of the equation. But I think the Lynx does look pretty good with the Savannah project up there as well.
Yeah.
Can I see the card you took, please?
Definitely would use it.
All the iconic animals are really good releases because when you release an animal, you only lose the base appeal from the card, but you don't lose the extra appeal that you get from the iconic ability, which could be pretty significant in this case. So you're basically getting 4 conservation points while only losing 2 appeal with it. So it's actually one of the best release projects in the game. Wow, and that is all of the money gone.
Oh, I'll tap animals and play the inland thing down here.
Yeah, but the break isn't too far away, especially with 4 X tokens. You can trigger it yourself next round if he wants to. I mean, he doesn't have money for build, no worker, so it looks like he will definitely break.
We might just see that, yeah.
I'm paying to get a change of 5.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Because I don't have to.
Sorry, my brain.
I'll just go ahead and clear that now because there's a bunch of stuff on the board.
Oh, I see.
12.
Sorry, my brain.
I'll just go ahead and that goes here. Maybe 2 appeal.
Right, playing
Plus
animals
5
now.
so 7 appeal for red.
Has not got the reputation from animals yet. That's normally the first thing you should do, right?
Yeah, it's the first thing. It's no option, you have to take it first.
We'll see if that gets remembered later or not, but yeah, currently hasn't got it. Playing the Taipan first. So that was one of the reasons that he wanted the science from the university.
He did already flip it. Yeah.
I gain a reputation for.
Yep. That 2-size got flip. Now it looks like just single animal as well.
So when you take the income bonuses, you get the effect immediately?
Yes, if you
Can't quite afford the Tasmanian Devils. Just
Oh, because
That was the reputation.
Yeah, and then every time income.
yes, got the rep as well.
I'm going to take the association action at power 5. Oh, it goes lucky.
Yeah, and then every time income.
So send my association number to association action.
Okay, great time for Levi getting to do the project before Yuka breaks, we assume. Yeah, spending an extra token to do, I guess, primates too.
Ah, yeah.
What's that?
If you're playing constellation.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
But took the cube from the breeding cooperation
Oh, sorry.
instead of from
Oh yeah, that.
the board. Okay, it does take card snapping. I like that a lot. Yeah, get the project.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will pay $5 to make a donation. So we should go with 1 CP.
Blue on 1 CP.
Which is also not the right order of events.
You gain this.
4 or 5 money.
Because he didn't
Yeah.
cut his 2,
4 or 5.
right?
This. 4 or 5 money.
Just to be clear, did I get the CP from the initial 2 for placing there?
You have not yet.
Yeah, so I should move up an additional
It
2.
does get the 2 shields now.
Your CP from the game came from 2 here.
Yeah, you should have got them first because
One from his
2
donation.
donations.
donating is the last thing when you take an association action. You cannot choose to do it earlier. Yeah, no, it's correct.
Transaction seems pretty easy. I'll take $5 reduce.
So 5 money or play sponsor. Needs to have another sponsor, otherwise you wouldn't have to think about it.
Yeah. I think he still has that sponsorship primates that he snapped up in round 2. So could have been thinking about playing that for money.
$5 got 3 CP.
Yeah, I would like to, because what else will Yuka do if not breaking now?
Well, it could also be calculating just the enormous amount of money needs to be for the elephant to come out.
Ah, sure. I mean, the card will make 3 money for 3 money, right? And one extra income. That's 4 money difference next round.
Use 2x.
So he wants to break. You want to break for 5?
Yeah, good call. Looks like Yuka is causing the break here with 2 x tokens.
Good extra back. He wants to break for 5.
I take 5.
I mean, Brian has still money, a lot of X tokens, a worker. Levi also has money left, so makes total sense to break now.
Destroy 2.
Yeah, Yuka is the most incentivized to break.
Income starting with you.
Right.
Destroy 2.
So,
Detroit.
so in total, I'm at 23.
Another primate on display.
This gives me 3. So, 1, 2, so 33.
Yeah, it's interesting how long it takes, for the conservation project, the Habitat 5.
You could trigger the break, so we're off
Nobody
his
really
income.
seems to
Yes.
rush for it.
Yeah, even with the animals, Brian just played not getting that Europe or America's tag.
My income is 21.
Sorry, that was the timer.
22, 23, 24. That's not fun.
And Yuka's still on 3 tags as well. Levi's already supported it, of course, so can't support it again.
Plus 29, please. Here, I'll give you a 1.
30?
I'm at 20 plus 3 from my bird, that's 23. Plus kiosks, this one's 5, that's 28. This one's 5, that's 33. This one's 5, here's fuel, this one's 5,
Income's
Yeah,
complete.
Well, see what Levi decides to snap up here.
You have a what?
I have snapping.
Snapping income.
Yeah, he's got a little.
Snap research.
I'd be tempted by the Jaguar
I have snapping.
with the release project, but also the Tamarind could make sense.
That was a
Ooh, the research
time check
project.
thing.
I mean, he
It
doesn't
is-
really need the
well,
Jaguar.
The hard is
He has
one,
the
so
Cougar already, and he would leave the suicides for Yuka's links. Or
It should be fine. I mean,
Yeah, the links, yeah. So probably better to swap that.
He'd like it to complete rather than have to end it. So it should be
I mean, if he leaves the Jaguar and releases the Puma, another player could release the Jaguar. So it's
You can't really win either way.
Yeah.
Play the spokesperson and gain a reputation.
Brian's gonna play sponsors. I think that looks like the spokesperson. Yeah, there is a spokesperson.
Finally.
Has been a long time coming.
Yes.
Get him up to 7 reputation.
Maybe it's even too late for it right now because he already had to take the double science university. So it's it's another point missing. So it might not even be worth it at this point.
I think it depends if Brian's going to grab the science to reputation uni.
Yeah.
Because it would jump him all the way up to 10 reputation, get a card draw.
Yeah, but he would need to upgrade his cards then. I mean, he can. With grabbing it.
Yeah. Levi snaps up that small primate on his turn. And Yuka's doing a full build action here. The foresight. I would have expected a 3 size for that Lynx, but okay, we're seeing a 4 size in a pavilion. And not touching the tower either.
He wants the Jaguar.
Ah, yes, gonna draw it up. Could have still put the 4 size next to the tower and put the pavilion there and drawn it up, I guess.
Yeah, but then he blocks, if he puts the 1 size there, he blocks the whole space for a bigger enclosure.
It is always a balance.
Yeah, sure.
You do want to leave those enclosures open, but at the same time, if you want to put a Jaguar in there and release it, getting the extra appeal from the tower is nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Although the funny thing is with Ark Nova actually that there is no memory of where the animals go, so you could still unflip that 4 size enclosure that's touching the tower.
Maybe the animals switched their enclosure during that time.
7. First on over here. Gain a partner's
There's a double grab.
I like that from Brian. Yeah, grabbing that Europe partner suit now. That'll be for that adder that he's had for most of the game. Get that extra determination action. Already has the 1 size enclosures for it.
This.
And yeah, also grabbing that Science 2 Reputation University. Though, would expect to see cards upgrade just as the last upgrade here for
I
Brian.
gained 1 magazine class, so I gained 1 more house. Before I do that, I'll take the flip of the cards so that I can receive that hat. So before I do that, this flip is giving me a hat for this. So I'll move up on there.
Yep, there we go.
So this gives me a card from range. From range, I'll take.
What does he want there?
Okay, I've put out my guys, I've taken that, I've got my guy, I've taken this, I've got this
Give me a
trigger.
cat then.
I've moved the hats, I've moved that hat. Okay,
I mean, he still wants the America symbol, so for the 5th continent symbol.
Yeah, so the alligator could have been an option.
Yeah, he could have gone for the alligator there.
That's everything. Yes, that's everything.
Because the Meerkat then, I mean, okay, he has the expert on but
Expert
still,
in herbivores,
looking for that 5th symbol. But we don't know his hand, so maybe has it already.
And still has the option of doing similar to Yuka, building a 4 size over that card draw spot and drawing it up.
I mean, and he still has lots of X tokens, so you could make. I talked about earlier, taking the 4th partner zoo from Americas and then supporting the project.
Yep.
You can't do it now because you don't have enough workers left. But
oh, I didn't make a donation.
That's not
the next round.
Could do it if you had extra ship, but that's not available in the base game. So it actually looks like Levi's just taking two reputation as an action, which is something you don't see very often. But
yeah, he wanted to secure the partner suit from there, because otherwise Yuka might have. He has the association of 5 now, and he can support. Could support Africa. No, he can't. He's missing 1 symbol. He could.
Might have a project in hand. That's always the threat.
You'd already made like a decision. It's not like a hard.
Yeah, allowing Levi to donate and then get to 8 conservation points and grab that Asia partner suit. And I fully expect the 5 size enclosure to come out for Levi next, but I still think he doesn't have enough money to play that element.
And by doing so, he could flip another card, so now he has his animals flipped, I think.
Yes, getting past that 5 reputation, yeah. Getting the animals.
He needs animals flipped for the elephant, so yeah.
Yuka does have a project doing small animals there. That's something in particular Bryant could be looking to support later in the game with small animals. He's already got quite a few played.
2 CP for yellow.
But only has the smallest. Yeah.
But we'll get that times 2 multiplier now.
I'm going to take.
I mean, he couldn't have taken the partner zoo anyways because it's not flipped, right?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Third up the line, and there's still things for me to have. How pleasant.
By actually choosing not to take the times 2, taking 5 money instead. Now that's surprising.
Oh yeah. Especially since the run is so long.
Even though Bryant's been last to 5 and 8 conservation points, he still gets the choice between not just getting 5 money, but getting a choice of playing a sponsor for money or the times 2 token.
If I do the pavilion, I can really size 2.
And Yuka does take extra worker as the project reward. Ryan taking a build action.
So I've made 6 so far for those, and I'll take the X token, and then I'll take the 5 money, and then I'll briefly make 6 so far.
Has to be really careful to leave room for that meerkat den as well. There is not much space left touching next to rock.
About 30 seconds.
I'll build a size 2.
But I do really like the placement of that 2 size enclosure. Could be looking at playing the Ibex, which requires double rock. That's the last spot on the map to do it. But there's a herbivore which would benefit from the expert and the meerkat den.
4, so let's turn the 6 into 10.
Getting another 1 size enclosure and a pavilion.
Stabbing my board in the middle. That's probably a terrible idea. Mathias is
Mathias is so left his body.
1 size over that card draw spot.
Maybe this way, square.
Alright, deciding against it.
he said Mathias is, he mentioned watching this
Yeah,
in
continue.
pain, I guess.
This is my last decision, so that's good.
I don't think he could see my face there, but
Yeah, I'm actually
when he
gonna
put
stab
it there right now, I felt like, oh, but it's bored. So he was right.
This Alpine looks.
This is definitely how I would build my map like this. I think, you know what, I still have room for a large enclosure down the bottom of the map. I'll be fine just destroying the top part of it. Yeah, and does
I
win.
really want the buyback. Yeah, but I mean, you can play it from the middle. It's a little bit more expensive.
Might be scared that the other players want to take it away, but
it's not that important, is it?
I think it has more important value with those two sponsors that Bryant's going to have played in a second. But,
Yeah, it has.
But the other
That's
players, they're not really that interested in it. Well, actually, sorry, Levi's very interested in it. Levi has a cable car.
And he has the enclosure for it also, but he cannot just play it from the middle because his reputation is not that far.
Yes.
And he's still on his way to the elephant, which is difficult enough. So how much?
Is really close to being able to afford it. Might have to break 5 first and then play it.
How much is it?
It costs 30 with the
30 minus
with the
6,
discount.
right? So
Yeah.
so it should work.
No, 36 minus 6. I was already including the
Oh, you already, yeah, okay.
discount. Yeah, it's going to be like 3 money short there. You could do other cards action, drawing one at a time again. Very good. There's also a primate breeding program which has appeared from the display, on the display, which I guess Levi would be the most. Well, I guess Levi and Bryant are pretty interested in it.
I'll play.
Not too much else interesting on the display. I mean, none of the players can play the native seabirds, which is there. That's capped at 25 appeal. Petting zoo animals you don't typically want to play on this map because the petting zoo can't benefit from getting flips like a standard enclosure can next to the tower.
That's true. It's still, yeah.
I'll play cards and I'll draw one. Draw one.
I mean, you don't get extra for playing it on that map, but it's still...
They're still efficient if you get enough of them, yeah. And to be fair anyway, it looks like Ryan's the only one that cares about the observation tower.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take the primate breeding program.
He's done a very good job of surrounding it though.
I'll draw one more.
The other players will get to it later.
Okay, about 15 seconds left to discard.
Great.
Sorry.
I'll eliminate this crummy.
I'll drop that primate breeding program. Of course, having a high amount of reputation does allow you to control the display a lot more easily. So you can just draw that straight from range.
Yeah. Seems like Levi's Xing back sponsors. I was almost certain that it was going to be breaking for 5 money just to be able to play the elephant.
He has still his workers and he has the release project for the Cougar, so maybe
Yeah, could be looking to do that.
he wants to get his money there.
Yeah.
I can.
You would play
Release
one
next,
and
then
then
play
you play the other
Elephant.
one. So
But I already
Yeah,
read it,
that's
so
a fine plan.
You play them one by one.
Yuka's not rushing for
I could
Africa
see an
anyway.
animal, so maybe.
yeah, so if you wanted to,
Just
yes,
playing
if you
the
wanted to do that
Jaguar
first,
and
even though you
the European grass
Okay,
snake.
I do it.
yeah, so just you would do one.
He will be pretty happy with Debbie releasing the Cougar next.
Oh yeah.
So there's a change. So just you would do one, change it forward.
Yeah, so Riley the judge tells Yuka to play the
Play one at a time. Play by the rules.
Yeah, I mean it's even if they have those playmats for the money for the income to have everything
Very
to
clear.
be to be very clear, so you can exactly see what everybody does, and then playing 2 animals at a time is just not not how you should do it.
Well, Jaguar does get to hunt 4, so let's see. Oh, I see 2 Africa tags. I see that Sumatran
And
tiger.
the monkey is so nice with both projects.
And this
but
is
he
exactly
doesn't
why you
have
play
any
one at a
line.
time. Like, I think you're
Yeah,
very
but,
interested in playing the monkey now.
The kitty is also nice, but he doesn't have any signs either, right?
I can't place a kiosk.
Still going ahead and playing the grass snake, which I think also does make sense because it gives you that extra 1 enclosure from the expert on Europe.
It's still on your turn for your
Yeah.
bonus thing.
Okay,
What
then
just
you
have
can
to
play
do is,
the
like,
bush
complete
baby
it and
into
delete
that
it,
later.
take it all of that stuff.
Yeah, so again, this is pay 5
It's
for
still
this.
on your turn.
It goes to here.
What you just have to do is,
He has to, he has to take the kiosk first. That's
And
why
can
you
I
play them one at a
do
time.
this first for 1 enclosure and then do this?
Mm-hmm.
you would have to place this
Those
first.
experts
first
do a lot of
play,
work.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah, that was kind of I was confirming, but it's not a legal play.
Oh, actually, there's no
Yeah, that's right.
there's no room for a kiosk here.
What's not illegal?
I don't have a
Take
place for
it.
kiosk.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. So it actually would have been better to play the grass snake first and then put the one size enclosure
Yeah, so I just
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
further
it's
away so you can
late.
get the
I
kiosk.
just take a one.
You would have
Because
to
you
play
already
the leopard's kiosk.
Change the game state, but that's why you do it one at a time,
Yeah.
because now you have a clear game state, and you see, okay, you probably messed that up here, but
Okay, no, this is fine as long as he doesn't get a kiosk after this.
He lives here.
Oh, okay. That's
And
great.
I can place action. So this moves first here, right? And I move small action.
Oh, no, it just goes in the reptile house anyway, so it doesn't even need to go in that one size enclosure.
yeah.
Okay, and I'll take that 5 that you paid for him to live. And okay.
So you could have, with one more kiosk, where would have, I mean,
To make it 5, I'll do a project.
I was thinking you could put the one size sort of at the bottom of the map.
yeah, you could have taken the X maybe.
Yeah,
there.
something like that.
But now you have,
It's not even a good kiosk position, it's just mainly to hit the endgame conservation point on expert on America.
I will take the 5 money. That's good. However, I'll turn it into spend, so
partnership.
do that to gain donation.
Primate breeding program and
I
5
receive
money for Brian
3
as the reward.
shields for my play. I'll reserve this.
Choosing to donate 7 as well. These donations are getting a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Cool, playing a sponsor.
Gain this. Gain an X token. And I gain your shield. So now I play 2x somewhere.
And now Brian gets the times 2 if he wants it.
to choose. What do I even need to choose right now?
Are you
choosing whether I'm taking
bonus?
5 or 2x?
Yeah, 5 or 2x.
We have seen there was a cut in the video because that decision took some time.
This is money I'll receive.
No, that's money.
Paid the sponsor yet? No, he
Right
doesn't.
now you're receiving this.
No sponsor yet. Well, we know he has
I
the
will take
meerkat
the
den,
2x.
Ah, sure.
So I'll put it on the minus.
but could definitely be something else if he's
The last
deciding
net result is
between.
this. I will pay a nickel.
Ah,
Whoa.
The last net result is this.
Time to want animals is not something you see very often.
oh, that's weird.
Gotta be really rich to be able to do that.
But then I wouldn't have donated, would I?
And I'll play the meerkat den.
But without the donation, you don't get the times 2.
Comes with the tile.
Okay, it is the meerkat den that comes out.
That gives me 2 per
I mean, it's already the wrong order again because donating is last. So
Yeah.
actually distribute bits.
That's all the rewards here, but this cover clutter, so I'll use that soon. It's also
Okay, 2
an
tickets
herbivore,
from the meerkat den. Gotta remember the free money as well
this side.
from expert in herbivores.
Oh, that
yes.
that doubler on the animals looks
It
looks like he will
That's the last thing.
regret it.
Like my very rough place.
So after moving
I mean, he has lots of money.
It has 28.
Yeah. Also,
If they're all small animals, I guess you could get some out. I would predict one of them is going to be that add-on. Maybe even that Tasmanian devil from earlier.
I think it's close. I obviously think between the two things.
This is
Out of it.
I guess I'm here.
About 10 seconds to decide. Sorry. I hate
No,
that.
do not apologize.
I know, but I just
So with the meerkat den
How
also,
many-
I'm so sorry. I
how
don't- I
many
hate
enclosures
stressing.
does he have? No, it's 4. Okay.
yeah, 4.
I know, but I just
So can get the max value out of it by playing 4 animals, but I don't think we'll see 4 animals.
You have a huge land.
But yeah, with the meerkat den also covered the clever spot on the map, and Brian decides to clever back sponsors.
Greenhouses.
Something I don't like to see very often, because sponsors is one of the best abilities that you have.
Also not fly out. There's a card that gets a plant for.
But yeah, as expected, Levi is spending some extra to do that. Cougar release.
Drop 4x. How many cards do you have in hand?
And we'll see if he takes 5 money or even 12 money here.
cube.
Losing Cougar. And it's a 3 cost. So I will take 12.
And that does mean all the players will have to discard their endgame cards now. Levi's about to get past 10 conservation points.
Yeah.
Well, you also don't have to. You actually could just say, you are allowed. No, I don't think you should, but I'm just positing that we have. Yeah, I'm just saying. I feel like you should.
The game 4 CP.
So he gets a reputation first.
Yeah. Do this first and then we'll
Okay.
resolve his tickets.
I should get a hat from
I don't know what you're talking about. It's like
I don't think he's got the reputation
Get a
yet.
hat from
Either.
I should get a hat.
Yeah. There's the head.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I will not make a donation.
You need to lose your
Did
tickets.
he lose the pier already?
This guy just goes in the dust party.
Yeah, I think losing the T is about to happen now. Okay.
This guy just goes in
Very cool.
Okay, pass the
Notice
card.
still flipped.
debating. I want to flip the 3 of
There it goes. Okay.
Oh, I can't. It has to be the map size. Yeah.
Really good time for you to be able to support the project.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It has to be the map size. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. There's an elephant coming up next.
At this point in the game, whose position do you like the most?
Okay.
I'm doing up the election boards.
Yeah. I mean, with the Jaguar, Yuka has. This is really nice timing, right?
Yeah.
Does it? But what does it do?
It's just building first, associations at 4, builds at 5. So that Jaguar release will have to take one.
Brian won't make a break, and Levi won't either with sponsors and 2, so he can safely build first. Yeah,
I guess so.
Saving him the X.
Looks like that breed size probably for the lynx we saw in Hunt earlier.
So Phil, if I pay 8,
I mean, Levi is up with the elephant, which will give him opportunity for Africa 5 next. Yuka would need 2. But we know he has the monkey, so he only needs 1 more Africa, so he might be still able to steal it from Levi. Depending on how it will go with the break.
so I'll do that.
The crocodile looks also nice for Yuka in the display. There is the 5th Africa symbol, and he already has triple reptile. Too bad it doesn't fit in the reptile house anymore.
Yeah, just it's a very big crocodile. It needs 3 spaces in there, but there's only 2 left. Unfortunately. Oh my goodness!
I mean, he could have built the 5 size for the crocodile now, but
Unfortunately, we're at
if
12.
he gets it,
We're at 12:30.
Sorry,
but it's not good for the other players. Would have been a quarter take.
You get transaction as power 5.
Can you believe what
So
you're
what?
seeing here?
Brian's
built another enclosure.
Play 2 hands.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to cost 30 plus 7. So this is going to cost 37. So 32.
I don't think we know what large animal he has,
30 plus 7.
but I don't expect it's going to be that cheap.
I'm going to gain 14 tickets, which will push me from 26.
Playing them both at the same time. But yeah, in terms of points, Yuka has a pretty large appeal lead right now. But it's also not that far behind on conservation points. I think Brian's kind of behind on both. So I do like Yuka's position quite a lot. But I mean, having this double endgame from the elephant is a massive advantage in a more drawn out game.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Levi. He couldn't make much use out of the cable car he started the game with.
Yeah, or seen
one Cougar, I think, which triggered only once. I mean, it's still 6 appeal, right? It's not bad, but not great.
Yeah, there's still time for more animals to come in. Could also find something like a geologist sponsor, give another rock icon.
The geologist is gone. We saw him earlier.
Really?
play animals.
He snapped the elephant instead.
Oh no, that was the geological project, but not the geologist.
No, the sponsor card.
Really?
Just playing a one animal.
Yeah. Hey, he could scavenge it, maybe with a bird.
Well, I mean, there is the Ghoul's monitor on the display that scavenges.
Here. So I will get to flipages.
I read a comment on Board Game Geek, someone suggesting playing with a second discard pile, where the cards you have seen before go face up, so when you scavenge, you have a better insight what to get. Yeah.
So I get
Well, actually, that is one thing I've seen discussed a bit. We see obviously the players here playing with the discard pile face down, but I know there are some people that play with it face up.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, if you read the rules, the basic constellation is to play with it face up, which was never my ruling, and I hated it from the beginning because I play with people who would always reach out for it and see, oh, this card is gone. I mean, in a 200 card deck, yes, you have a little bit more insight, like, oh, there are already 5 petting zoo animals gone, so it doesn't make much sense to start collecting them now. But it's just not worth the extra time.
Yeah, it would slow down.
And it's not worth slowing it down for that 2 percentage points of better insight. And the only reason the rules, the basic rules say to play with it face up is that you won't mix it up with the draw deck. Because if you play sloppy and you don't put all the cards in the draw deck, then sometimes people draw from the discard. If it's face down, it happens. So it's the rules as written. You never have to forget. It's not everybody is a tournament competitive player. Most people playing the game play it more casual, and then so this stuff can happen. And I mean, it's not game breaking. Then you have a card you shouldn't have. So what?
Speaking of game breaking,
that's the only reason. Oh, yeah.
We're witnessing Brian cheating a bit right now, actually.
Second animal.
Okay, so what happens? He's playing.
He's playing the Moskov from range, which is fine, but he doesn't have the Americas tag anywhere on his suit.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, I mean, okay, you can understand it's a great combo. Plays the reptile that sunbathes as well, so you can sell those monster cards immediately.
And it's the 5th partner system. 5th symbol for the basic project.
Does this get caught or not?
I think it is not get caught. We will see it.
That's.
I remember me sitting there and what can I do? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
I'm just spectating. I'm not allowed to.
2x animals, so I'm activating animals again.
Yeah, but I remember seeing that. Yes.
That's really game deciding. Like that's a very big deal.
It's the Alpine 2x index. It costs 10, minus 3 for being small, is 4. So add 4 more to the payment box. Costs 10, minus 2 to 6.
I mean, on the other hand, the other players are also there and not recognizing that he is doing this. And I don't think he's doing it on purpose. So
no, of course not.
He's just missing it by himself, and that happens. Such things happen, and
I mean, I think particularly if I was Yuka right now and I'm sort of fighting for Habitat Diversity 5, I'd be paying pretty close attention.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 tickets. We're at 46, so we go to 51.
Yeah, that is the 5th icon, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's a very important icon for him.
and gets to play animals a second time now with the ×2. Has a bit of leftover money from that sunbathing.
About 15 seconds for your last one.
I can play one more animal if I wish.
Where does the... yes, it's the ibex, right.
I'll do it.
That's a very cheap ibex.
And I think the judge told me you have 2 seconds left for your move, because this was this play took like forever, and so he is on a hard time clock already. So he, which could explain why he messed up there also with the symbol, because the time is getting. I mean, how long are we into our video now? You can see the time. I can't. What's the time? Here is the time.
Yeah, 2 hours 40. That's with the cuts.
Yeah, and so he is at this point in the game. The judge already stressed him out a little. Also, she made clear he has to play faster, because out of the 3 players, the most time was spent by Bryant. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, and what's not helping matters is he just played the adder now for a second
now
turn.
he gets an yes. See, it was a huge turn.
Can't do much with this association move though. Can only grab two reputations.
Oh, I can't do any of those.
Yeah, I think.
You can do research. That's such a great idea.
Okay, surely the player's gonna.
Yeah, but he cannot support a project because he already supported one.
Yeah, need 2 workers to do that.
Yes.
But yeah, 2 reputation at this stage is definitely not worth spending the time on. But the break is really close.
Yeah, he could break now. He could break by himself.
Yeah.
And then go next round. Go with the project. Which would be a massive swing. Right now we talked about Levi and Yuka being in front, and now all of a sudden Bryant with this big swing and being able to conservation 5 is looking very good at that point.
Yeah, I think particularly.
No, it's not another.
Okay, it's not forcing the break, but forcing the break now would be pretty annoying for Yuka, who has association at 5 and is ready to support the project. Drawing all cards from the deck. Yeah, and Levi doesn't want to break either. Levi also wants to do the 5 Africa project.
So the break would have been huge because of disrupting the other players.
Yeah, I think for Levi anyway, he doesn't have any X tokens left. I believe.
And the other. Yeah.
I believe it's
okay. He does.
It's also all the way down now.
Yeah, now he's done. Now everything.
Yeah, it is.
Let's make money.
Yeah, but still, if neither of both breaks, then he is not. His position next round is not better. Yeah. Brian's position is not better.
Association. Or power 3.
Ooh, Rhino.
Oh, I got a partner scene.
Also a 5th African server.
Okay, I think Levi does see that the break is coming very soon, so he's just going to grab that 4th partner soon.
Honest mistake.
Yeah,
honest
I don't know why I keep taking
Yeah, it's yeah, but it's risky, right? In terms of the African project, is it or not?
You could definitely snipe it away.
Did you
Just missing 1 tag.
Where did it go? It needs to go to the
Yeah, I mean, I see the perfect move being... Well, actually, that Rhino has one requirement which Yuka can't meet, which is the science icon. Pretty annoying. But releasing the Jaguar here, taking like card snapping to get the Rhino seems like a really solid move. Especially because you're about to get the 4th Eyes enclosure back from the Jaguar.
Second turns.
Minus the tickets. I would have said 30-second turns.
Yeah, that was another, no, not a head judge, but the middle, whatever, the judge between head judge and table judge. And he announced that because the other games, because we have to speed up. So basically he said 30 seconds for each player's turn. So everybody's on a 30-second timer now to play their turn. But it's not enforced with a clock. So if you have like those triple turns like Brian did, so
30 seconds is quite fast as well, I will say.
Here we go, we have 10 minutes to finish this guy up.
All sponsors for money.
Here Brian does want to break here.
No money. Next.
But I saw Brian also had an expert on Australia, which you might be interested in playing.
There.
Seems like it's going to be the break, which I think makes sense for its action order.
Alright, so disagree.
Good luck, everybody.
Get to start next round with that Habitats 5 project.
yeah, I mean he missed a turn doing it, right? He could have just done it last round. Could have been a turn faster.
Okay.
Yeah, the only advantage is seeing those extra cards and saving an X token or two.
I'm at 26.
26.
But without hand size, probably has to discard the extra cards anyway.
And still, he doesn't. When he uses association, he can still snap up a card from the display that round. So, I mean, no, he wouldn't have.
23.
It would have been faster.
Well, actually, you just mentioned snapping. Yuka did not take snapping at all. Yuka took 3 X tokens, which I'm a bit surprised by. So Levi is the only one with snapping.
Maybe, yeah, he's signalizing to maybe he wants to steal the project, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I think with the only person with snapping, Levi's probably going to take away the Rhino, but also the Koala looks really good as well, actually. Has that rock icon for the cable car, but also fits in the 3 size enclosure that's already there.
Yeah.
39 and 14 goes
Oh,
53.
like a very good pickup.
5.
37.
That's not so interesting. With nobody having upgraded sponsors in this
No
game.
upgraded sponsors here. I do like Yuka's approach of going for no universities. I'm not sure if Levi's going to have time to grab the second university or not for that last upgrade.
Yeah, we are not that far from the finish now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially Yuka looks really close to crossing. Getting 100
I would
points.
like build actions of power 14. I would like to receive a keys.
Levi's starting with a build action.
Pavilion and a 1 cost enclosure.
Oh, I hope I did not just hear kiosk.
That's going to cost 6.
What's that?
So I mean, the thing about kiosk is
For Yuka, missing the 1 kiosk with the expert on Americas would have been one extra point in the end.
Yeah. But I mean, the only reason you build kiosks mostly is for the extra income, but I'm not sure we're going to see another break before the end of the game. I think this might be the last break. And that one side's not touching the tower is criminal.
10 seconds.
What's the X?
Okay, wants to 5 money at the X, okay.
Yeah, he probably needs to protect his Africa 5 at this point. I'm not sure if it makes a difference now. I mean, Yuka is 2 moves away, right? He plays animals and then he can support it. And with 1 X token, it's not fast enough. Yuka could grab it if he has another Africa in hand.
Yeah, it looks like Yuka's sitting on 3 cards. But I still think one of them is that Eurasian Lynx from before. I just don't know what the other 2 are.
How much he's missing? Australia, right? Yeah.
Oh, for habitats as well. Missing Asia and Australia still. Yuka.
Yeah.
Actually taking a build action himself.
Oh.
Extra.
Another kiosk. Okay, it's at least a point.
Yeah, no, I think the kiosk definitely makes sense for Yuka here. Getting another X token, so it's...
Is that the spot for the kiosk? Oh.
To be fair, I don't think Yuka's going to need to build again for the rest of the game.
Okay, that sounds fair.
So you do have to start wondering about the end games for all the players, because none of them have architectural zoo hit, so I think we can assume none of them have that.
Could Yuka fulfill the Europe specialist if he had played his reptiles in the enclosures? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he couldn't.
It'd be close though. That is one of the hardest achievements.
I think this is one of the few cards I would have done slightly easier. Like just having 5 of those, or having 5 1 animals or so. That was a little bit too hard.
Do you think the 6 bears for polar bear exhibit is a bit too hard as well?
With a cube, just so it's not available.
I'm going to use the restroom. You can play without me, just audit him carefully.
Yeah, no. You don't, yeah, no. Yeah, okay, it's maybe, yeah, it is very, very hard, but it's not.
I mean,
I think the card is good enough if you only get 1 with it.
Oh, absolutely, the card is good enough anyway without it.
It's
been wasting so much time.
So,
oh, great, it's a thing. It's our fault.
so not being able to reach this is not that. I think my original design of the card was you get 3 for 3 bears you get 1 point. So one conservation point for 3 bears.
Yeah.
And then to make it 3 for 1 and 6 for 2 was more of a design choice by Feuerland. Like how the endgame points are being printed on the cards with the iconography. So it was more the reason why it has two 162.
Two breaks, and it's taken the longest time overall by a significant margin.
We're actually not going too far.
So what happened to the hell? Why is it Yuka's turn already? What have the others done?
Yeah, so Brian just did that Habitat 5 project.
5, which wasn't that correct, right? But he did it with, because the fifth symbol came from the.
Oh yeah, from the muskox that shouldn't have been played. Yeah.
Okay, so but he did that.
Yeah, he took the
Levi
X tokens
did
as reward. Levi has.
Yeah, and Brian took the partner zoom, right? For his last partner zoom.
Yes, that as well.
Like, it's to make a choice.
What did Levi do?
There's no way to finish an action.
This flips.
Levi did not X back in action. It might have just been.
This animal goes
I think Levi just did card. That's why the. No, but the break hasn't moved. Oh, I think Levi X back cards. And Yuka's currently playing 2 animals at the same time again.
But he doesn't have the 5th Africa.
No, and does not have a different continent for habitat diversity either. But also that means Yuka could have avoided that build action because he's getting the extra 1 size from the expert on Europe and the extra kiosk from expert on Americas again, so he could have probably avoided that last build action.
Yeah.
But we'll see if Yuka has a project to do anyway. Because I think basically, well, any good project is going to get him to 100 points, or to 0 points, I guess.
I mean, he could support the monkeys.
This is a card that I play when I
for 2 conservation points.
But I wouldn't
And donate? No, he cannot donate. That's not enough.
He also can't support it at 2 because it's being blocked at 2. Can't do 4 either. But can just do Africa.
No. I mean the
the breeding program, yeah.
Breeding program. You could do because he has the monkey and that's legal.
But he can still do Africa for 3 conservation points, which is probably the best project, I think.
And then he only needs like 1 sponsor card to drop a sponsor for the last points with the play sponsor for free.
Yes, that could be an option. Yeah.
He could have snapped the aquarium, but because of his extra kiosk there, he cannot place it anymore. Like I said, it's the wrong position for this kiosk. I told you.
And the aquarium was there the whole time.
Yeah, he could have. You see what I mean? Yeah, he could have snapped it with the alligator and then drop it with the. So he would definitely be able to finish the game with his next move.
Yeah, I actually didn't see what he did snap up with the alligator.
He took the small predator. The marten, I think.
Pouch, 2 cards.
Brian builds another 4-size enclosure on his turn.
So now we have to be very careful with the points because this triggers a lot.
That's going to be 10.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to pouch
This
2.
gives the cable card, this gives the enclosure next to the observation tower.
It's
Yeah,
actually
it's Beutel.
it's also a rock.
What is the English word? Australian ability. It's
Yeah,
Beutel.
the pouching, yeah, pouch.
Pouching, yeah, pouching. It's such a weird word. It's Beutel.
I will not bring up koalas at all. I will not bring up the fact that they're not bears, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. We totally knew they are not bears when we did it. If this is maybe it doesn't help you.
No, I understand it makes
we
sense.
knew what we.
For thematic reasons.
I mean
for balance reasons.
with the like the.
I was just surprised because black buttons and you have very
Oh, did he already get his points?
For Africa.
So what does Yuka do? So let's focus on finishing the game. So Yuka is
Well,
supporting a project.
Definitely a project. Yeah, just Africa, I think.
Africa 3.
And that gives me 3 CP.
12 money.
And so see, he could have finished it at that point.
Scary.
Might just be deciding that playing animals as the last action is slightly better, even if it is 1 turn slower. But I mean, with that much money, it could be a very big animals action here. That's a giant stack of 1 coins.
I'll play animals.
Yeah, this is the exciting part. This is where everyone gets all of their points towards the end of the game.
Shoe bill. For
Only the visual points are made at that point.
my discounts.
You collect points the whole game.
And I'll play the barn owl. Cost is 12.
Right, so finds the shoe builds the first animal.
6. Oh yeah. 6.
So
I don't know. I think finishing the game that turn, and maybe even 1 turn earlier, if he didn't have, he didn't need it to build, right?
Yeah, did not need to build.
So you could have
However, it's a small
even
animal,
viewed
so I save 3.
another turn
And I have
faster.
a bonus,
So
I save 3. So
I think
I'll
that
take
would have been
86. I'm paying 21, so I'll turn that into 15.
Most likely would have been optimal.
However, it's a small animal, so I save 3. And now that's the proper
That's a good line though, the snapping the aquarium and playing it. That's a very good
They're
line.
going the only places they
Can tell you've played a lot of games.
They are going to provide me 6 tickets and 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And 1 point. I have perception 4.
Right, it's also playing the barn owl from
yeah,
4 cards from
range. Not the best thing you want to be finishing the game with. Like, what is the board size all about here?
Eugene is here, so that is not a good sign
I
for
mean, he
us.
could have done it the other way around also.
Yes,
Look what
yes.
he finds.
3.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's all the benefits.
So you see Josh, the judge at the table, watching that everything meets up there,
To use this token here for an Africa. 2, 3, 4,
forcing
5.
everybody to play faster with his
Association
presence.
worker to the
Yeah,
conservation
I'm not sure if
Africa.
Brian got his reputation either from that animals action.
token here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just gonna take this one down. My income will be 3
Not sure if that'll be important or not.
I am.
And I go up 5 CP. Yeah, just you hit this one. My income will be 3x token.
Okay, Levi's doing 5 Africa to get 3 X
And
tokens.
then I will make a donation. Should we go up? Yes. CP.
This is
And then I will make a
Yeah, all the players are getting really close to crossing actually.
yeah.
Coming down to a pretty close finish.
I play 2 animals.
But only because he will get another turn,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
First.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But I think for Levi's game in particular, it's going to be pretty important that he supports one more project, because that does get him the endgame points on the breeding corporation. And yeah, looks like all the players will get 1 last turn. UK is finishing with an animals action.
Tickets. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Does play
So
that hard.
hunting, what will you find? So that's not many points. What is it?
Still.
Oh, hydrologist.
No.
Can't keep that one, sadly.
This goes here, then I get told from
Reindeer. Oh,
this flips. I get
that's
some-
not a very good finish
1, 2,
either.
3, 4, 5,
But it will be able to get 2 more
least
appeals
7
from the
points.
tower.
How many X tokens do you have?
4.
We'll give Brian some more money as well, but I'm not sure he's been collecting money for these herbivores the whole time.
That's a good cross. I will
I
surprising.
can't remember he not getting the money, but yeah, as I said,
Can I have the player play, please? You played one. Okay.
Yeah, the play's just speeding up now.
I use all my X tokens because that's.
Well, I mean,
how it
in
is
terms
over
of
here.
endgame points, Yuka has the expert on Americas, but that's it.
So that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going
We know
to
Levi has
because that's all my.
that double endgame from the
I'll do the
elephant.
small animals
Yeah.
project. I have 1, 2, 3.
and do we know which one he has? No.
No, we don't know anything about any of the endgames.
I guess I'll take it to my
Brian's doing another
Okay,
project.
it will be a close finish.
Yeah, Brian's doing that small animals project.
No, snap. Can't do much right now.
Doesn't have a sponsor to play though. Or it's actually a maxed out small animals project. Wow.
And
5 and 1 for the donation.
5 and 1 for the donation. I'm going 6 spaces.
You did small animals. It's 4.
Oh, it's 4.
He's actually gonna
I can't see. That is so
6
far away from
space.
me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the
Yeah, because
association power 5.
donated.
Yeah, only 5
Association
spaces.
offers over to the primate breeding program
5 spaces
for
with
the
the donation makes sense.
CP. Oh, yeah. I'm going to pull for $5.
Okay, and it looks like Levi does have that second project to do.
So, I don't know. Put this on. So blue gains 2.
No, I kind of like
CP.
Levi's position right now, depending on what this last project
And
is.
I am going to pay.
No, it is the breeding program in a display.
To the primate, yeah.
So then make a donation. One additional CP.
Brady, which brand?
But why did Brian get 6?
I just got here.
Yeah, no, I think Brian did originally ask for 6.
All right, let's go
And
with
they
this test.
moved it forward 6, but then they moved it back 1 because
We
small
still have work
animals
to do.
gives
Yeah, a
4
little bit of work
top
because
spot.
everybody's got their stuff.
So
But
4
yes,
plus
good
1
game,
for the
everybody.
donation.
Thanks for.
Yeah.
Let's move the deck out of the way. So
Yeah, definitely. I got it. All right, let's go with this test. Start.
So now we have to check if the elephants project will be enough.
2 final scoring cards.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure there's many endgames that are very good for Levi's. Like, Favorite Zoo is only going to be 1 conservation point. Oh, there is Favorite Zoo for 1.
And it's oh no, he has the rock
Lion
icons.
Paw.
Also worth 2 CP.
Even more.
And then I supported 5 conservation
Does
projects.
get
That's worth 1.
2 for that one at least with the koala being there. But that's not ideal.
It's 5 in total, right? 2. No, it's only
Only 1 for Favorite Zoo. And 1 for the Breeding Corporation.
yeah. So it's 4 total.
I don't think that'll be enough for a win.
What does Yuka have?
Well, we know Yuka has expert on America and
Big animals.
Is that it?
large animals for 2 is decent.
conservation projects I
One
can
more
pay
for
4,
the-
so it's worth 2.
Well, that's definitely the lead at the moment.
I needed reputational zoo.
I don't think Brian has any end games.
No, and
One
I have
showing.
another cat den, which is worth 6, but some crazy game designer made a really big number.
16 to
3, 4, 5.
Is that everything?
it's 16 to 80.
We do the adding?
Did you do that,
Yeah.
18?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, because this doesn't have the little things. This doesn't have the little things on it.
And red has
Who's blue?
12.
That's what I'm saying, 'cause this doesn't have the little white things on it. This doesn't have the little things.
No, it doesn't.
Is that
And
final
they wanted
score?
me to count.
Subtract
Yeah, it is.
56 plus 4.
They wanted me to count the score.
Minus
What
one
was
is not right.
Brian's endgame card? I can't see it.
So the score is what?
It should be 96, right? 56 plus 1.
16, yes.
Okay.
You did
Well,
get
that's-
1
so
from
you
the
just put it on
meerkat
there.
den.
That's-
I
I'm
didn't
used to the
see
other
the
board that
endgame.
has
So
little
the
white
score is
thing that you
16.
added.
Yeah, 16.
Oh,
Next
16.
player.
Okay.
Next player. What's his
I see
name?
what you're saying.
Yuka.
The thing with the final scoring, it was so easy when I wrote rules. It was just furthest distance wins. But it turned out that writing this down is much more complicated than just saying furthest distance wins. So we have a winner. Yuka won by 2 points.
What's your score?
Oh, he's very pumped about it as well.
Yuka.
Wow, yeah, what a close finish. Wow, Yeah, very close one. Well done to Yuka. So he gets his chance to compete in the finals now for up to $25,000. Of course, that's already
And
happened.
he did it back to back. Yeah, the year before he won Brass Birmingham, then he had to play Arc Nova in the semifinal and won that one, and he did it again this year. So congrats again. And yeah, I would say thank you, Sam, for commentating with me the game.
Well, yeah, thank you for joining me, and thanks to the Dice Tower for hosting this video as well. It's a good series. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. So we'll see you guys later.
See you later.